Tonight's Football Friday night, the Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Hello and welcome to Kermit-Tipton Stadium for a Tennessee-Virginia battle here tonight. Alongside Kenny Hawkins, I'm Nick Dugan. We present to you Science Hill and Union here. And this is our drone footage brought to you by Mountain Dew Food City this evening. And Kenny, it's a battle of two 2-0 teams here in Johnson City. Of course, Union getting wins in Southwest Virginia over Lehigh, as well as Richlands, and Science Hill coming away with early wins this season over rival Elizabethton, and then last week a big one at Jeff County.
That's right. One thing to keep in mind, we're talking about two different sizes in schools. Science Hill is a 6A. Union out of Virginia is a 2A, but you heard that old saying, it's not the size of the dog, right?
That's right.
Okay, there you go. Science Hill is going to get all they can get from Union tonight. This is a Bears team that is very explosive on offense, and they're really good on defense. In fact, so far after 2 games, they have yet to give up one single point.
100 points for, 0 against. This is the second meeting between these two programs. Getting in the first one was last year when Science Hill went up to Big Stone Gap, and the Bears gave them all they could handle.
Yeah, and really that's where the size came into play last year, because for about 3.5 quarters, this was a ball game. I mean, it was very close. Science Hill would finally pull it out in the end, 27-6. But one of the reasons why, they just have more depth, and basically they wore the Bears down late in the contest. That's one of the things that their coach talked to us about this week. They're going to be a little liberal in subbing, so hopefully they'll be fresh towards the end of this contest.
We'll try and rotate those players in, especially playing against a bigger school in Science Hill. Kenny, 2 different size programs, but 2 programs that tout some very notable alumni, particularly in the football sphere.
Yeah, I mean, when you take a look at their high school, I'm trying to think of mine as far as football players are concerned, and you know, we talked about this before, it's kind of rich in football history. The only one to go pro was myself. But other than, okay, let me be truthful. No, we got a program that's got at least 3 players that no more than that, 4 players that have played in the NFL. Currently 1 still playing. Of course, we're going to have a little bit more on that around halftime.
Yeah, we'll have that coming up tonight. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's kickoff between Science Hill and Union, presented by Food City. Stay with us.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
I see Marcos grow in the community as somebody that people can look up to.
Marcos Garza is very thoughtful. He pays attention to the needs of the people in the community.
He's somebody that's very unselfish, somebody that's going to always be there.
Marcos Garza will work as hard as he can to get the best results for you.
In the future, no matter where I'm playing, no matter what the team I'm playing for, I'll always be on Garza's team.
The Garza Law Firm is Mama ZZ approved.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back to Football Friday night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
So we're going to come in on Scott's camera.
Welcome back. Kermit-Tipton Stadium at Steve Spurrier Field. We're getting that much closer to kickoff here in Johnson City between 2A Union and a Big Stone Gap in Virginia. They come to visit Science Hill High School, the Hilltoppers, the 6A school here in Tennessee. A second matchup in as many seasons between the two sides. And Kenny, is the band fit? I heard that you were getting into the band a little bit, so you got some directing down.
I learned a few things. I've always wanted to go to band camp, so I had an opportunity to do that at the beginning of the game. And I don't know if they're going to allow me to come down at the end of the game and do what I do best. But as you can tell, as you mentioned, the band is just now walking off the field. It's a lot of people here tonight. One reason why there's a lot of people is homecoming. So homecoming usually brings out a big crowd, and we got a lot of the alumni sitting around us for this contest. And, of course, a lot of the young ladies in dresses, because there will be a queen named at halftime.
That's right. Science Hill having their homecoming parade just here off campus about 5:45 as the Union Bears take the field. A big contingent from Big Stone Gap. We talked to Coach Turner earlier this week, and he said he thought that there'd be folks out here before the gates open at about 3 o'clock.
That's the whole town. Okay, I don't think anybody's left in Union. I really don't. That's the whole town over there. I think they all loaded up in these buses. They came over here with the U on the front as the team takes the field. And listen, listening to some of the players this week, this is like their Super Bowl, okay? This doesn't mean anything in the standings. These are two non-conference teams. It's not a conference game, but this is their Super Bowl. You know, you don't get every day. You don't get a chance to play against a team like Science Hill, a 6A team from Tennessee. So you can bet they're out to win this contest.
Coach Turner said this is obviously they wanted to be laser focused, locked in on getting a win here tonight, but he also wanted his players to take in the moment, enjoy this atmosphere here in Kermit-Tipton Stadium, the crowd, their fans coming on the road to come support them. He wanted to kind of have them soak that all in, and that atmosphere is already becoming pretty evident here. As you mentioned, Kenny, the stands still filling up, and some junior cheerleaders and band members filing out as we are about ready to kick things off.
It looks like Union is going to receive.
The Bears will take the first half, which means Science Hill will get the ball to start the second. Carter Lockman, a junior for Science Hill, he's going to be your place kicker.
Braxton Bunch is back deep for the Bears.
Braxton Bunch, along with Cam Maddox, a freshman. Coach really likes what he's seen out of the young man so far this season. As we are underway in Johnson City. Kickoff will head into the end zone for a touchback.
Listen, both of these teams, if they had a reason to overlook this game, they could. I mean, let's be honest. They got conference games coming up. Science Hill is getting ready to take on, obviously, Maryville in their next game. Union has got a date with Graham. And those are huge games for both of these teams in their next contest.
Two big games in-state coming up, but a cross-border rivalry about to begin here as the Bears will take their first snap from scrimmage. And Cam Bostic, the junior, last 2 years at wide receiver, is the quarterback in the shotgun. Handoff inside a couple of yards is inching forward. That's Keith Chandler. And Kenny, I know you love Mr. Chandler's nickname.
We're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good night talking about this all night because we're talking about Chandler, the bulldozer here. You can't get any better than that name, the bulldozer.
Kenny loves a nickname, and of course Chandler, they nicknamed him the bulldozer up there. He was an all-state linebacker last year, second team all-state in Class 2 in Virginia, but he also plays running back, had over 1,000 yards on the ground. Second down and 7. Quick throw to the flat, sniffed out nicely, still dancing, perhaps inbounds. Finally brought down. That's
Rayvon Jones.
Rayvon Jones on the catch, dances around, he gets maybe a yard, but it'll bring up third and medium.
And that was good for the Toppers. The last thing you want to do is allow that cat to get out in the open field because nobody's going to be able to catch him. He's just that fast.
Braden Letcher among those in on the stop, the second-year starter out on the corner for the Toppers. Third down, 3 receiver set. Bostic, rollout, an option play to Chandler, and he is going to pick up that Pisgah Roofing first down.
Listen, when you got all that coming at you out there, especially when he's coming at you on the corner right there, he's almost picking up a head of speed, a lot faster than he would going in between the tackles. Good first down that time, I think, for Union. The last thing they want to do is they don't want to get into long third downs. That's one of the things their coach talked about is make it manageable, pick up some as many yards on first and second yard. Downs, that is.
Bostic has 17 carries for 215 yards himself this year, so he's a threat to run. It makes that option all the more.
Can I do sound effects? It's the dozer. I got to do sound effects, and I won't do it all night.
Chandler up the middle there for a nice gain on first down. It brings up second down and about 6 for the Bears.
Just like Science Hill got some dozers on their defensive side as well. They got some big guys on the other side, to be honest with you.
We talked to Coach Turner this week, Kenny, and he said in 2A in Virginia, the Bears are used to being the guys that push people around. A little bit of a different task here against 6A Science Hill tonight. 3 receivers, a tight end, and the back is Chandler. Bostic, another inside give. Chandler cutting it back a nice job on defense as the Toppers sniff that one out.
Chandler on the run again. Talk about necessary.
Baylor necessary in on the stop.
We're going to say his name a lot tonight. We're going to say necessary a lot because there's two of them. But obviously, Baylor pretty much plays both ways at any position. This is the position that I talked about that Union doesn't really want to be in on a long 3rd down and 6.
3rd and medium. The Bears with the same set. 3 receivers, a tight end. Chandler in motion out of the backfield. Bostic's going to keep it to the right. Looking for the 1st down marker. I think he's going to come up just short. We'll see where they spot him.
Bostic on the keeper.
Yeah, he's going to be 3rd and or 4th and maybe a yard and a half.
The officials going to take time to measure.
Does Union even have a kicker? Because surely they're not going to go for it all night long.
Official measurement.
It's going to be, well, we'll see. It looks to be at the moment 4th and short unless Larry Hutchinson, the referee, signals otherwise.
Man, somebody stretched that chain. That's tight. I mean, look at that.
It is 4th down by about a link of the chain.
Listen, when you got the dozer, the bulldozer, yeah, you're going for this. This is not even a question to me.
The offense does look like it's going to stay out on the field.
I mean, it's dangerous. I mean, your offensive line has got to get some type of push. I mean, basically all he has to do is fall over. I don't think they gave it to him. I think that's too many mistakes that could happen. I think they go with the quarterback sneak here. I mean, we're basically talking about an inch.
All right, fans, get on your feet and stretch down. Let's make some noise.
It's a very veteran offensive line for the Bears. 3 juniors and a pair of seniors, including their senior captain at center. That's Logan Moore, big 75, snapping the ball. Power set. 4th and inches. And just as Kenny predicted, a quarterback sneak. Will they give it to him?
It is good. They're already moving the chains.
1st down, a big 1st down there for the Bears to stay on the field.
That's a big opening drive, to be completely honest with you, for Union.
That 1st down brought to you by Pisgah Roofing. The 2nd one for the Bears on the drive. And Kenny, they moved the ball about 24 yards and taken a big chunk of time here off the 1st quarter clock. Talking to Coach Turner, they needed to control this game, couldn't let it get into the hands of the Toppers. They've done just that so far. Quick out, just a little high and incomplete. That's intended for Rayvon Jones.
Listen, here's the thing. In this wind in which we're in, because earlier it was about 11, 15 miles an hour, it's going to be hard to float that ball up like that. If you're going to throw that pass, you're going to have to put a little Joe Milton heat on it to get it out in the flat so the wind doesn't blow, because that one, you could tell, kind of blew back behind the wide receiver.
It was a long throw to the flat. Jones, just a sophomore. Coach Turner tells us he's the speed guy. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. The keeper, pitch to Chandler. Chandler's going to be tracked down nicely on the defensive line there by that defensive front.
Chandler on the carry.
And boy, Kenny, we talked to Coach. That's big 55, Gavin Taylor. It's his 1st game this season. He was all conference a season ago. They are sure glad to have him back in the middle of that defense.
Yeah, one of the reasons is he was off conference last year. And, Stacey Carter talked this week. He was really happy that this guy is back in the lineup.
So 3rd down and long coming for the Bears. 3 receivers, a tight end. Chandler to Bostic's right. Snap. Bostic on the keeper. Gets a block outside. Baylor necessary. Wrangles him down. He's going to be about 2 yards short as the clock continues to run, but it is going to be 4th and 2 just past midfield.
I think they stay out there. I don't know. I can't really tell which way the wind's blowing, so if you're kicking, you're going to kick into the wind. It's not going to go anywhere. They probably would have the ball anyway around the 25, 30-yard line. So I say stay on the field. You got 4th and what? 4? 3 yards? 2 yards. Okay, well, then you have a chance of getting them to jump out sides and picking up one the cheap way.
Already a 4th down conversion for the Bears on this drive. was fourth in about one link of the chain, and they went to Bostic on the quarterback sneak, I should say. It looks like Coach Sterner's going to run this one down and call a timeout.
Bears.
So a timeout here from the Bears. They get a big fourth down decision to make near midfield. 6:27 to play in the first quarter. More action from Johnson City on the other side.
It's Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet, Johnson City and Kingsport. 24 Tracks, $21,495. 25 Trailblazer, $22,995. 24 Equinox, $42.50 off MSRP. Truck Month savings at Champion Chevrolet, Kingsport and Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
We made it to the 30-week mark, and Sammy was born, and he was 2 pounds 9 ounces. Daycare and things like that weren't going to be enough. We decided we would go from 2 incomes to 1 income, and we were just going to make it work.
We were having to pull out of savings every month to pay the bills until ECU helped us out, and they got our mortgage payment down, and that made all the difference. It saved us from selling the house.
90 years of a better way, that's ECU beside you.
It's Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet, Johnson City and Kingsport. 24 Silverado 1500, $11,000 off MSRP. All Silverado HDs, Tahoes, and Suburbans, $3,000 off MSRP. Truck Month savings at Champion Chevrolet, Kingsport and Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
From at Tipton Stadium, Science Hill and Union in the first quarter. And the Bears, Kenny, looks like they're going to go back out on the field, try for their second fourth down conversion early on in this ballgame.
Well, as you mentioned, it's 4th and 2. They're on the 48. Any other time, this is probably a good place to kick and maybe turning the field. But they feel that they've been able to move the ball on the Toppers.
Handoff is to Chandler. Chandler
great run.
Is going to have 4 yards and a first down as the Bears continue to stay on the field.
Good run. You give it to the big guy. He goes to the right side. He got the blocking up front. He kept his legs churning, kept low to the ground, and was able to squeak out 4 yards and pick up the first down.
We are now at the 6-minute mark of this first quarter. The Bears just continue to chew up the clock exactly the way that they wanted things to go here early. 1st and 10. 3 receivers set. Bostic to Chandler. Chandler gets maybe 2 before he's brought down in the middle there.
I'll tell you what I like, other than the name, the Bulldozer, is the fact that he's patient. Okay, watch him when he gets the football and he waits until the hole opens up before he goes forward. That's kind of hard to teach in high school, to be honest with you.
They really liked the production out of Chandler last year at over 1,000 yards on the ground, as I mentioned. And he's a big fella with some good vision. 2nd and 7. Bostic's going to keep this one. He's going to be dragged down from behind. Gets a couple, but that's a nice play up there on the front. Darius Delacqua on the tackle.
Bostic, the keeper.
It's going to make it a 3rd down and 5. Ball at the 39-yard line. It's got to be deflating. It's still a lot of football to be played, but it's got to be deflating for Science Hill in the fact that they're not able to get off the field defensively.
The offense-only guys from Science Hill have been standing on the sideline since this game began. The drive ticking down to 7.5 minutes of possession here for the Bears.
And as you mentioned, that's exactly what Turner wants to do.
3rd and 5. Chandler, nice cut outside, but he's not going to have a whole lot of empty space to run to. Nice work on defense there. Zane Huff coming in to make the stop.
Well, we know now with the ball on the 37-yard line that we're in 2-down territory. So you don't have to try and get it here. I mean, it is 3 yards. We know that Union's going to go for it on 4th down.
Huff suffered a deep thigh bruise against Elizabeth. The number 3 in black is back out on the field tonight for the Toppers and will rotate in at safety. It's a 4th and 3. The 3rd time the Bears will run a play on 4th down on this opening drive. The fans to their feet. Chandler's in motion. Bostic with the keeper. He is going to be swallowed up and taken down for a turnover on downs. Guess who? Baylor Necessary and company get the ball back in the hands of the Toppers.
Yeah, that was a big stop. That one they had to have. They couldn't allow them to pick up another 3rd down and short. Now they take over at midfield, and the Topper offense gets an opportunity now.
So on comes the Science Hill offense. And quarterback Spencer Taylor, the senior, with a 4-receiver set. Quick pass to the big tight end. That's Corbin Lazier. And Kenny, there's a lot of folks that know about Corbin Lazier because he's a senior, played well last year. He's already committed to Colorado.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to go play for Dion. I met his grandmother a little bit earlier tonight, and obviously she was excited for the game.
Transfer from Sullivan East, playing with the Toppers this year. Handoff inside, breaking a tackle.
It looks like Perry.
It is going to be Aiden Perry, the junior.
I've seen that running before somewhere else.
Perry, a transfer from Daniel Boone High School, the junior coming over to play with the Toppers this season. It's a Pisgah Roofing 1st down for the Toppers, now into enemy territory. Moving quickly, 4-receiver set. Perry is the back, quick out, and just able to be taken down, but not before another Pisgah Roofing 1st down. Nice work on the edge.
It was. If it wasn't for Preston McRae, that would have been a touchdown. Obviously, the quick pass outside, and then you're going to allow the receiver to do the rest on yak yards, specifically because of the speed. And watch for him to go to the other side this time.
Another quick snap. Stepping up, Taylor finds Lazier. Looks like he got his hands underneath it. They'll give him the catch right near the marker.
Toppers moving the football. They're now down on the 24. It's going to be 2nd and 1 to go. This is garbage yard for me. This is you go to the end zone. And Nick, I mean, listen, you're only a yard out. He's going to hand out.
Perry up the middle. He will have enough for the 1st down, but nice job from Union to swallow that one up before it got too far. Excellent work there from Camden Wharton. The inside linebacker leads the Bears in tackles this season with 15. So a fresh set of downs for the Toppers, and they've been going quickly with the same set. 3 receivers, Lazier, the big tight end, and Perry on the hip. He takes the handoff. Charging for the corner. He's going to be taken down, but after another big chunk of yards, we'll call it 8. As the Toppers well within the red zone now.
That tackle by McRae, the senior. He's got 5 tackles so far this year.
Still haven't seen the Toppers really huddle up. They're going quickly as the clock takes under a minute here in the 1st quarter. This time a keeper from Taylor. Taylor's going to be swallowed up. A nice stop there on the outside.
Caden Phillips that time making the nice one-on-one tackle.
And here it comes, Kenny. Spencer Taylor off the field now, and Baylor Necessary.
Here you go.
The All-Region 1 6A linebacker last year. And we'll see this a lot, is going to take the direct snap. 3rd and short. Necessary to his right, lowers the shoulder. He was met by a whole host of Bears. I'm not sure if he got there.
Yeah, that was the Wildcat. You could tell that the Bears had scouted that before they got here because they were ready for that one.
See where they spot it, and they stopped him.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 1. It's going to be 4th and 1. Looks like we're going to go to the 2nd quarter with this.
So a big stop by the Bears on 3rd and short. The Toppers will have a decision to make when we come back to start the 2nd quarter here in Johnson City.
Greetings, friends at Toyota Kingsport. We got the best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs on sale every day.
New Tacoma starting at $299 a month.
New RAV4s for only $329 a month.
And save over $6,600 on the 24 Tundra.
We're more than just great deals at Toyota Kingsport. We're about making your car buying experience enjoyable and stress-free.
Great cars, amazing deals, and the best team in town.
Toyota of Kingsport, where saving you money is a Hill family tradition.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, it's our goal to make your experience a great one. Quick Stop Markets provide sanitized and clean stores, well-lit parking lots, a friendly staff, and a large selection of products. Thank you for choosing Marathon, an American-owned company. Thank you for choosing Quick Stop Markets, a locally owned company. It is an honor to be a part of your busy day. Stop in at a locally owned Marathon Quick Stop Market today, where we make it easy to run in when you run out.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back to Kermit-Tipton Stadium. Start of second quarter action here between Union and Science Hill. Thanks for tuning in on ABC Tri-Cities and WJHL.com. Streaming live. Kenny Hawkins, Nick Dugan with you. And Kenny, the Toppers went for the Wildcat on 3rd and short. They were stopped. How will they approach this 4th and maybe less than a yard here, looking to score first?
Honestly, if they bring Necessary back in at quarterback, they're going to try it again. It's 4th and 1. I think they bring the starting quarterback back in.
Necessary will remain in. Necessary with the sophomore Malik Anderson to his right. So the same personnel that was out there on 3rd and short.
I think right up the middle. Just
nothing fancy. Necessary to the 5, gets to the 2. A nice hole opened up, and now the Toppers are in business.
Going to be first down at the 2-yard line. Good drive, basically starting with a short field, and as you mentioned, they never really get into a huddle, so everything has been fast.
Tepisca Roofing first down. 1st and goal now from the 2. Necessary. The same play. Now there is a flag down on the near side of the field. Referee Larry Hutchinson signaling a false start on the Toppers. And that's going to bring things back after what would have been the first touchdown of the game.
Well, you know, one of the things that I asked both coaches, if you could basically pinpoint one place that need to get better before you play this game, they both said mistakes. And that's one there for the Toppers at 1st and from the 2-yard line, and somebody moves, and now you have to bring it back.
So it's 5 yards in the wrong direction, makes it still 1st and goal, this time from the 7. Necessary remains in at quarterback. The tight end Lazier in motion. Necessary will follow him through the hole, rolling into the end zone for a Topper touchdown. Baylor Necessary with the keeper, and he scores 6 for Science Hill.
Toyota of Kingsport replay right there. He basically rolls over the back of Braxton Bunch into the end zone. Almost had him at the 1, but a touchdown for the Toppers, so they score on the opening drive.
It's his 6th rushing touchdown of the season. Of course, he had that 99-yarder against Elizabeth and needed just 7 on that one.
And then the highlights we had last week, he was throwing one. I'm telling you, he's Mr. Everything. He's a Swiss Army knife. There's nothing this guy can do.
Necessary scores. Lockman puts the extra point on top, and it's 7-0 Science Hill. We'll take a break. 11:36 in the second quarter. More action from Johnson City on the other side.
The ColorTex-friendly pros specialize in restoring your home or business quickly after fire, smoke, storm, or water damage with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. When you need the best cleaning and restoration, call ColorTex. We make indoor living healthier.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
Are you tired of borrowing money? Do you want scooters is so bad. Yeah, but I'd rather be driving Grandpa's Porsche.
At Mears & Associates, we have the best rates for IRA 401k rollovers.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back here to Johnson City. Science Hill on top of Union 7-0. We're going to send things down to Terry Craig on the sidelines. Hey, Terry.
Yeah, the name of this game so far has really been on the ground. As you saw that last drive, Baylor Necessary punching it in on the goal line. And honestly, I'd expect the same on the other side of the ball on Union High School. So I would expect much of the same going into this next drive. Back to you, Nick and Kenny.
Lockman to kick off for the Hilltoppers.
Terry, thanks. Lockman to kick off for the Toppers. This one a little bit shorter on the kick. Two Bears fighting for the catch at about the 15. That's where the ball is caught. Getting up to about the 24-yard line is Cam Maddox, the freshman. That's where the Bears will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, luckily that didn't turn into a mistake. The deep guy has the call on that. He's going to call the shorter defender off if he thinks he can get there.
So the Bears went about 40 yards on their first drive, but ate up more than half of the first quarter, Kenny. The third time they went for it on 4th down, unable to convert. They gave it back. See how they approach the second drive. Trips formation to the left. It's a quick pass, just a little too low and incomplete to Rayvon Jones. That's the second or third time they've tried to hit Jones in the flat and just not able to quite connect.
Yeah, that time threw it in the dirt. Doesn't have much time. I mean, the Toppers are getting past the offensive line and putting pressure on the quarterback.
It brings up 2nd down and 10. It's Bostic jogging back over after getting the play from the sidelines.
And I have to think with them going to the flat a couple of times that we've seen, sooner or later they're going to go deep, see if they can catch Science Hill sleeping. Well, you see the linebackers back out. I think they knew something was up.
We get a penalty flag down from one of the back judges. We'll go against the Bears. No one's moved the ball.
Yeah, the ball
so
didn't
maybe
move.
An inadvertent flag. So it's still 2nd and 10. Handoff inside to Chandler. Chandler looking for running room. He's really not going to find it up there. Baylor Necessary crashing the hole. And it's no gain. It looks like it'll be 3rd down and 10 yards for the Bears.
Once again, we get into a long situation at 3rd and 10. They're definitely not in position to make it a 2-down situation unless they're able to pick up 5 or 6 yards on this down right here. But I don't know if you want to go for it on 4th down this deep in your territory.
10:53 in the second quarter. We have not seen the punt team out for the Bears just yet. Bostic rolling to his right. Throw is on the money, and I think it's going to be enough for a Pisgah Roofing 1st down.
Carlos Anderson, the junior that time, the brother of Rayshawn. Take a look at the Toyota Kingsport replay.
Of course, Rayshawn Anderson was the quarterback last year for this Bears squad. Carlos, 5 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown coming into this game, and he has himself about 11 on that one and a 1st down.
It seems like the Toppers are going real fast, and the Bears are going real slow. I mean, they're getting deep into the clock. I mean, we're already down to 4 seconds before they snap the ball.
Bostic gets it at 2. Little inside screen and some green grass to the sideline, to the 40, finally pushed out of bounds. That's Braxton Bunch.
He got some help over there because there's some laundry on the field. Let's take a look at the Toyota Kingsport replay. Right. Well, I didn't see it there.
See where there's 2 flags down. Officials are getting together. I think it's going to be about where the holding took place to bring it back 10 yards from the spot.
Holding, or you think it was blocking the back?
I have to wait and see.
Yeah.
It is going to be a hold. as well as a dead ball unsportsmanlike foul from Science Hill.
But now you go back.
So they're going to back this thing up.
So it's not offsetting penalties.
I think because of the post-snap nature of the foul, it is not offsetting.
Well, now he's going forward.
They have to go back, back to 10 before they come back to 15 forward because of the snap. So it will end up being a first down past midfield for the Bears. But the officials doing good work to do some math on the sidelines there.
I was just about to say, are we into the cha-cha song there? To the left, to the right? Can you go down low? That's what it looked like right there.
The Bears looking to go all the way into the Topper end zone. Still a 7-0 ball game here, 9:59 to play in the second quarter. They've been throwing to the outside. They finally got that tunnel screen to work that time to bunch. We'll see if they continue to throw it short or if they'll give it to the steady Chandler. They've been feeding him pretty heavily here in the first 14 minutes of this game.
Well, the Dozer's got to rest a little bit, okay? So that's why they went to the air. They'll probably go back to him now.
First and 10, just as Kenny predicted. Back to the Bulldozer. Keith Chandler still churning his legs. Going to pick up about 3 yards. Out past the 45. His helmet pops off, so that means he's going to have to come out for a play.
They move back across the half field. So they're in Science Hill territory with about 9 minutes to play. Was this game 7-0 last year? At halftime. So
it was 7-0 Science Hill at the half up in Big Stone Gap and Bullitt Park last year. That's where our score stands at the moment. Still over 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. Preston McCray, he's a senior. He comes in to replace Chandler after his helmet popped off. He's in pass protection. Ball is tipped and intercepted.
Yes,
Baylor necessary down the far sideline. Inside the 30 to the 20, dragged down at about the 17-yard line. Taking a look at the Toyota Kingsport replay. Cam Bostic trying to get rid of it quickly. A good hand up on the defensive line, and necessary steps right underneath.
Yeah, I mean, it was tipped at the line. I really couldn't see who tipped it there, but maybe it was Anderson that tipped it. But good pass by, or good catch by Necessary. Johnny on the spot, right place, right time. Do we have another flag?
Believe.
Is this after the play?
It looks to be perhaps a signal for an illegal block of some sort. And they're going to move the Toppers, I believe, half the distance to the goal at this point. They're already inside the 20 after the return from Necessary.
Right now, this is not what the Bears needed to happen. You know, you're playing a team like Science Hill, the last thing you want to do is turn it over, and then on top of it, put them in great field position like they do now.
So the first down coming now inside the 10 at the 9-yard line after the penalty. It's Spencer Taylor and Aiden Perry. Give us a Perry. Perry cuts up the middle, churning his legs into the end zone for a Topper touchdown.
Good run by Perry that time behind his blocking. There you see the Toyota Kingsport replay. Stopped right here, keeps moving his feet, and finally fights his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And just like that, Science Hill jumps out to a 13-0 lead with 9 minutes. Now what's going to happen is now they're going to have the Bears maybe get out of what they were doing, and that was giving it to the Bulldozer. And they're going to have to put it in the air a little bit more, and that's pretty much what the Toppers are wanting them to do.
A huge push up front from that offensive line on that touchdown run by Perry. Lockman puts it through, and it's a 14-0 Science Hill. We'll take a quick break. A 2-score lead for the Toppers here at home as the Bears look to return the favor on the other side.
Looking for top-notch roofing and restoration services? Look no further than Pisgah Roofing and Restoration. They're your local experts in quality craftsmanship and competitive pricing. From re-roofs to roof repairs, siding, windows, solar energy, and guttering systems. We do it all with a passion for perfection. Serving the Tri-Cities, Pisgah Roofing and Restoration is your trusted and local partner. Contact us at 423-930-9066 for your roofing and restoration needs.
Building strong roofs, building stronger communities.
Kick off the savings at #1 Wallace Subaru of Johnson City with the model year-end event. Choose from over 100 new Subaru and get $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for your trade on remaining 2024 Outback, Legacy, Ascent, Impreza, or WRX. Or lease the all-new 25 Subaru Forester for $279 a month, or the 8-passenger Ascent only $359 a month. Plus 0% financing up to 72 months is available now. Tennessee's largest Subaru showroom, the Tri-City's largest Subaru selection. #1 Wallace Subaru in Johnson City. Right on the corner, right on the price.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back to Johnson City. Science Hill on top of Union 14-0. So taking a look over top of Kermit-Tipton Stadium on our drone cam, sponsored by Mountain Dew and Food City. Kenny, it was just a 9-yard drive. That's all the Toppers needed after the interception by Necessary. The penalty gets them half the distance closer, and Aiden Perry punches it in to give them a 2-score lead.
Yeah, right now it's been mistakes. I mean, taking nothing away from Science Hill. They've looked good offensively and basically on defense. But keep in mind, this 14 points are the first point scored on this team all year long. Remember at the beginning of the game, we had said that they have not allowed the team to score against them in 2 games. So not only did the Toppers score 1, they scored twice. So 14-0 lead. So this is one of those situations, you know, it's the Mike Tyson deal. Everybody's got a plan, okay, until you get popped in the mouth. And I'm sure Union came in and says, we're going to run the football, you know, whether it be our running back or it's going to be our quarterback. But now you're down 14-0. You got 9 minutes to play. Will they put it in the air? We know Boston can throw the football, but what's going to happen is you're going to allow the Toppers to pin their ears back and come after you.
Certainly we know that the Bears are a ground and pound type of team. I think Coach said maybe 70-30 is where they'd like to be rushing and passing, but you're right, down 2 scores. They do have 3 receivers that have caught at least 4 passes this season, so they can go to the air if needed. This time, though, Bostic's going to keep it over the left-hand side, and Necessary meets him in the hole. A gain of 3. That'll bring him about 2nd and 7.
Good first down run for him. As you mentioned, he picked up 3 yards over the left side. And that's what they're going to have to do as we take a look at the Toyota Kingsport replay, left side. But, you know, the Toppers are stretching this out to the sideline. I mean, obviously they're trying to not allow the Bears to get any type of angle on them and pick up big yardage.
Baylor Necessary on the tackle. He came in with 24 tackles on the year. He was the co-defensive player in Region 1 6A last year. Chandler skirting around to the right, finds a couple of yards, and this might come back for a hold.
Yeah, when the defense is already making a call, you pretty much know they were probably the person that that was held, and that would be Carter Nelson.
So the defense is usually lobbying for their own cause.
They are.
But this looks like they're going to be right in this instance.
Yeah. And obviously that's the last thing the Bears need is to go backwards.
It is a hold from the 24. So that'll back them up 10 yards to the 14-yard line.
You know, really, you know, you tell your quarterback, mistake last time, but you got to have a, dare I say, snap and clear mentality. Let it go. I mean, he's going to have to put it up again to free up the running.
This brings up 2nd and long. Call it about 17 or 18 for the Bears. Bostic rolls to the left, pumps, gets a defender in the air, tries to set his feet, just nowhere to go. Good coverage downfield, and he was pursued pretty relentlessly out there on the edge.
The only thing I say there is you throw it away. He loses, what, a couple of yards there? I mean, I know they're already backed up, but just go ahead and get rid of it. Throw it downfield. Now you're into a 3rd and 19 at the 11-yard line. Can't make mistakes here.
Looks like maybe Ashton Ewing out there. Malik Anderson perhaps as well in there to force Bostic out of bounds and forces a 3rd and very long. And in this 3rd and long, it's a 4-receiver set.
Got a flag, out of time. So now we're going to move them back even more.
The Bears unable to get the timeout, and instead they'll back up 5 more, or excuse me, a half the distance to the goal. 3rd and a long ways to go. Just got longer for the Bears. As they're pinned with Bostic's heels nearly on his own goal line. Snap in the shotgun. Still looking. Rolling to his right. He's out of time again. He's going to take the loss.
That's what happens. You got a young quarterback. Bostic is a junior. So now we're back to 3rd and 24. So that's a loss. We got an official down on the sidelines.
Unfortunately, it was Bostic and Malik Anderson colliding with one of the officials.
Take a look at the Toyota Kingsport replays. They come to the sideline, and there it is. Science Hill player whipped his legs into the official who went down. Hopefully he'll be okay. The trainers were on him immediately.
So we're going to step aside and take a quick break as they attend to the official. 14-0. Toppers on top of the Bears here in the 2nd quarter.
McInturf, Milligan & Brooks is an independent insurance agency that has been serving its clients for over a century. Our dedicated and professional staff is here to design an insurance program for your specific needs. Find out what true personal service is all about at McInturf, Milligan & Brooks Insurance Agency.
You won't believe this, but Wendy's has new saucy nugs. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, ghost pepper, sauce. And if Wendy's found a way to make their nugs even better, that means anything is sauceable! Okay, not really. But Wendy's nugs are definitely now sauceable. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
McInturf, Milligan & Brooks has been servicing your community for over a century. Our dedicated staff will provide unmatched service and insurance products to meet your specific needs at a competitive price. Put your trust in McInturf, Milligan & Brooks Insurance Agency.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back here to Kermit-Tipton Stadium. Science Hill leading Union 14-0. We're going to send things down to our sideline reporter, Terry Craig, after that brush up with the official. Hey, Terry.
Yeah, had a collision here on the sideline. One of the players ran into one of the referees. However, it's some good news. Obviously, you can see back on his feet. Looks to be a lower leg injury, getting it taped up right now, looking like he might be good to go.
Thanks so much. The official now standing on his own power. So that's the good news here.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The other 2 officials that are kind of standing beside him are kind of laughing a little bit, so I think everybody's good. He's probably going to have a pretty big bruise tomorrow now, but listen, you got a story to tell. All right, next time you do the old chicken circuit, you know, the luncheons, you got a story to tell that you shut down a broadcast they had to go to break. So it looks like he's going to stay in the game.
So this is going to be 4th and very long, and I have a feeling we're going to figure out who will be punting the ball for the Bears here for the first time today. 4th and 26 officially on the scoreboard.
I mean, I feel like it's Christmas. I'm trying to figure out which present is going to open up to kick the kick. It's like 7. He's backing up into the kick position.
It's actually Chandler who's going to step back and take the punt.
No, don't tell my main man. Bulldozer is also a kicker.
Chandler gets it away. End over end, bounced it at about the 40. Stays in bounds, too, near midfield. So all in all, about a 46-yard punt from the Bulldozer.
Listen, so we got a one-man show on each side. We got Necessary on Science Hill side, and we got the Bulldozer on Union side. Good kick for him. He kicks it out to about midfield. You're right. He got a great bounce. You got about 7 minutes, 34 seconds to go before halftime. This is a key situation for Union. The last thing you want to do is go into the half down 21-0.
It's another relatively short field for the Toppers, who will have to go just 50 yards to score a touchdown. Spencer Taylor is in there at quarterback again. He drops back, straight drop. Now he escapes the pocket. Deep downfield, he has a man, Corbin Leisure, but he just overthrows the tight end.
Wide open. That's one of those you just got to lay it up and let him run under it. Wide open that time.
We'll take you to the replay, sponsored by Toyota of Kingsport, and you see him escape the pocket, Kenny, and just maybe didn't have enough time to set his feet.
Kind of rushed it a little bit like golf, okay? You know, one thing that messes up your swing, and I should know this, so they do it all the time, is rushing. And that time he just rushed it because he was wide open downfield.
Ian Mathis is in at tailback for Science Hill, and he is going to get the carry. The junior finds about 2 yards over the left-hand side. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
Well, we heard Stacey Carter say last week that they got running back by committee. They got 4 guys back there that are fast and that can handle the football. So they're going to sub in and out throughout this game.
Mathis had a nice game at Jeff County last week, Coach Carter said, and he'll stay on here for 3rd and long. Play action, rolling, finding Leisure. Leisure escapes the first tackle and carries another over the marker for a Pisgah Roofing first down.
Yeah, that's something Coach Turner's not going to be happy with as you take a look at the replay. They have him stopped right there. But just couldn't bring him down.
Big 87 is a tough young man to bring down, and he carries a couple of Bears with him for that Pisgah Roofing first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 38.
And I think that was the Bulldozer who might have gotten bulldozed. Is that possible?
That's not normal for the young man out of Big Stone Gap. Taylor rolling, looking, has a man downfield. It's complete.
Take a look at the replay. Toyota of Kingsport. One thing I like about this is watch him keep his eyes downfield. Takes a look at his first read, second read. Obviously gets a little pressure, keeps his eyes downfield and finds his guy in the middle. Great catch. I'm surprised he hung on. He took a big hit after that.
First catch of the year for Carter Nelson. Number 7 in black, the senior. Handoff is to Mathis. Mathis trying to find some space out around the corner. Knocked out of bounds after a short gain of maybe 2 or 3. As the clock ticks under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Mathis came in 13 carries, 89 yards on the season. He's in the pistol set behind Taylor. Instead, it's going to be a quick out. That's Stephen Famoyan. Famoyan has some space inside the 10 to the 5, stays on his feet, and he's into the end zone for a Topper touchdown.
Unbelievable. If we get a chance to watch a replay here, and we do, thank goodness, Toyota Kingsport. Watch the block by number 8, right there.
Beautiful work by John Gutera, and excellent awareness from Famoyan and strength to stay on his feet after he's knocked above the waist. Oh, and it's going to come back.
Wow. Right about now, Stacey Carter has his hands on his hips. Saying, what is going on here? That's the second touchdown they've taken off the board. Team's got to be a little bit cleaner.
You can see him down there, arms crossed, shaking his head just a little bit. That would have been a nice one to have. Yeah. What a play by Famoyan.
Great run. He hit Bostic there on the 1-yard line. That's who it was. Obviously, he's playing both ways, and Famoyan's still able to get into the end zone.
But it won't count. Coming back on the penalty. That's Famoyan in motion. A lot of whistles.
Unless there's a timeout, we're going to have a delay of game.
Some gesturing. And it is going to be a delay of game. I think the Bears wanted some sort of early motion, maybe a false start. They didn't get it, but The Toppers didn't get the snap off in time. It's 5 yards the other way. So now you've gone from a touchdown from Stephen Famoyan to a 2nd and 17 here for the Toppers on the 32. Snap is to Taylor. He has to escape the pocket quickly. He's under duress. Looking to get the ball away. It floats into the air. It is ruled an incomplete pass. Excellent pursuit up front by Caleb Stacy. The big sophomore was all over Taylor in the backfield.
And really kind of the first time that we've seen the Bears get into the backfield. But, you know, Taylor did what he was supposed to do. He didn't have anything, so you got to throw it away. Almost threw it straight up in the air because his arm got hit. But you got to throw it away. Don't lose the yardage. Fight another day, and that's what he's going to do now with 3rd and 17 at the 27. I mean, you got to think that the Toppers are in 2-down territory the way they've been moving the football anyway.
Stacy was the one to get a hand on it. The sophomore already coming in with a sack and 2 tackles for loss on the season. Nearly a third. Snap. Give to Mathis. Mathis has a big hole over the left-hand side. Inside the 20 to the 15. Stiff arms the man inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. Or excuse me, that's Aiden Perry. Perry checks back in with an excellent run for the Toppers.
Watch him get out the left side. Right here, Bostic goes low, and luckily to get him off his feet.
So Aiden Perry gets the Toppers all of that penalty yardage back and then some, as it's a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Taylor feeds Perry again. This time swallowed up, and it's Stacy again, the big sophomore who was in there to stop him for maybe a short gain of about 1.
Well, right now, 4:53 to go. Tennessee, Science Hill's going to take their time now to bleed as much of the time as possible. Ball on the 9-yard line.
It's going to be 4 receivers, although one of those receivers does appear to be Corbin Lazier on the outside there. Perry's the back. Taylor takes it, immediately looks his way, but it's underthrown and intercepted.
That's Braxton Bunch.
Braxton Bunch steps in underneath, and it looked like Lazier wasn't even necessarily expecting that throw, Kenny, and Bunch steps up and makes a huge play.
Yeah, as you take a look at the Toyota Kingsport, so throwing it to the outside. If your guy doesn't catch it, make sure nobody catches it.
So Bunch keeps the Toppers off the board as Union will have the ball here with 4:26 to play in the 2nd quarter.
So Union takes over, 1st and 10. As you mentioned, 4:26 left on the clock. It would be huge, obviously, if they could go down the field and score.
Bunch, a 2-way player for the Bears, had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery on defense coming into this one. He picks up his first interception of the night.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. When you throw a pass like that, you're throwing it's a jump ball. Okay, Lazier's the biggest guy on the field as far as height's concerned. He just threw it inside. He should have thrown it more to the outside and actually back shoulder and allowed his guy to go up and get it, and that's not where he put it.
So the Bears take over 1st and 10 from the 20. Give inside to the bulldozer. And he buries his way for about 5 on 1st down.
So 4:17 on the clock. Union really needing a score here. They would be really happy if they could go in down 14-7.
A huge stand from the defense. 14-7 I think would be ideal. Even to hold Science Hill, though, just to 14, period.
Exactly.
After the way the Toppers were driving there.
Because we've had, 2 touchdowns called back.
Famoyan's touchdown called back. And then Lazier and Taylor can't quite get together. Bostic fumbles the snap, and he's going to lose a couple of yards trying to go to his left. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and long. He never looked like he got a real good grip on the initial snap.
No, and that was the smart thing. Just fall on it. Don't try and pick up and run with it. 2nd and 5 or 3rd and 7. Ball in the 23-yard line. The clock continues to roll. About 3:19 left in the 1st half.
I think the Bears are okay with that clock continuing to run. Of course, they'd like this first down here. 3rd and 7 in the shotgun. It's a screen to Chandler. Got some space. Past the marker for a first down, a Pisgah Roofing first down, as the Bears will stay on the field.
You watch the big man here take a little screen pass and just like, get out front, get away from me, poof. That's 2. Oh, 1 is necessary as well, but picks up the first down. That's huge. I can't remember the last time the Bears have had a first down here in a while.
That replay brought to you by Toyota of Kingsport. The Bears still in business here. First down and 10 from their own 32. Another shotgun set. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. But he looks far side. A quick throw to Bunch. Some extra space given by the corner out there, and Bunch will take the 8 yards.
Continue to moving the football. Now you're in a really great situation, because now you're going to be, what, 2nd and about 3, which is the type of football they want to play. A lot of time left on the clock.
It's a lot of space given on the line of scrimmage there by the Science Hill cornerback. And Bunch takes the chunk yardage, and as you mentioned, it's now 2nd and manageable for the Bears. Bostic dropping back, looks to Bunch, tried the double move. It's not there. Bostic has to pull it down. He's still scrambling back there, still on his feet. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, and Kenny, you could see it loading up. It was nearly the same play, and they had Bunch fake the stop and then go, but Science Hill sniffed it out.
Yeah, they did. I mean, everybody held your positions. Don't get out of your lane. That's what they did. Didn't give him an avenue to get down the field.
Got a timeout, Science Hill, to try and stop this clock, see if they can get it back and get something going on offense. Leading 14-0 over Union. We'll be back with more action on the other side.
Believe in yourself. Believe in your neighbors. Believe in families and family-owned businesses. First-time fathers and lasting impressions. Believe in firm handshakes and protecting the ones you love. We do, because we believe in you. We're Farm Bureau Insurance, and we don't just believe in Tennessee. We believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
The summer sales event is going on now at the all-new Kia of Johnson City. Drive away in a brand-new Kia Forte LX or a Kia Soul LX for just $299 a month. Come check out the new state-of-the-art facilities, and while you're here, register to win tickets to see Morgan Wallen at Neyland Stadium in September. That's right, Kia of Johnson City is giving away 2 pairs of tickets to see Morgan, and all you have to do is stop by and register today. Come see us today and shop us online at KiaJC.com.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
2:03 left here in the second quarter between the Toppers and Bears. Science Hill leading by 2 scores. Union looking to convert here on 3rd down. Braxton Bunch got him about 7 on 1st down, but unable to complete anything on 2nd, and now they'll need something here. Quick throw over the middle, and it is complete.
Nice pass.
For a Pisgah Roofing first down.
Carlos Anderson that time with the grab in the middle. That was a nice pitch and catch.
Carlos Anderson settled right into that zone, found a little pocket, and fell forward for the first down.
At some point, you think the Bears might need to speed up. I mean, I know there's timeouts, but we're a minute and a half to go in this first half.
Trips to the near side, but the give is to Chandler. Chandler bounces it out left.
Nice
Chandler
move. Across
midfield, across the 40, directing his blockers to about the 38-yard line. This replay by Toyota of Kingsport here. You see Kenny, they ran away from the trips, got some nice blocking downfield.
Pushes his guy out of the way, picks up 2 more yards after that. The Bulldogs are showing he's got a little speed. He must have topped it off, you know, as we went into the second quarter.
Just a gentle nudge to Bunch out there. Hey, why don't you go block this guy? 1st and 10 from the 38. Option. Bostic keeps it. Can he get to the edge? He does, but he's going to be met there pretty firmly by the Science Hill defense. That's Tyler Holder among those on the stop.
And Stephen Famoyan as well.
2nd and 8, and the Bears do have to hurry a little bit. It's now 45 seconds left, Kenny, as you mentioned.
He's got 3 out to the left. Got to get some blocking from the bulldozer.
Bostic rolls left, trying to get rid of it. He fumbles the football, and I believe the Toppers are going to be on top of it.
They do. Carter comes up with it as we take a look at the Toyota Kingsport replay. Rolling out.
Carter Nelson.
Right there.
After Fleeman. Cole Fleeman knocks it loose from Bostic. And Carter Nelson on the recovery.
Now you would think with 30 seconds to go and leading 14-0 that the Toppers would just hand it off and let's go to the half. But that's not going to be the case right here. Okay, you got 3 out wide. Okay, they're going downfield.
2 timeouts left as well for the Toppers. 60 yards to go to the end zone. They've been moving the ball quickly and pretty efficiently so far.
Keep an eye on the opposite side. Leisure has a mismatch. No, he's going deep.
Taylor loading up for Famoyan, and Famoyan settles under it at the 22. 1st and 10 for the Toppers.
Great catch by Famoyan right here. Turns around. Nice back shoulder catch for the first down. That would be the Pisgah Roofing first down after the Toyota Kingsport replay.
Kenny's got us covered. It was a 4 verticals, Kenny. I mean, they just ran straight 4 routes. Now they're knocking on the door of the red zone. A timeout on the field. 22 seconds left to play in the first half. We'll take a quick break. Back with more on the other side.
Right now, this month at Bachman Bernard Chevrolet, all Chevrolets that are in stock will be sold for invoice minus rebate. That's right, invoice minus rebate. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet right here in Greenville, where, as always, I'm going to save you money.
At Citizens Bank, we believe in the communities we serve. With locations throughout the Tri-Cities and Knoxville, Citizens Bank is the trusted partner to work alongside your business and family in accomplishing financial goals. As a family-owned bank founded and headquartered in Northeast Tennessee, a big part of our success is your success. So stop by a branch or visit citizensbank24.com today and get to know the citizens in your community.
Sierra Heavy Duty, Sierra Light Duty, GMC Terrain, GMC Acadia, GMC Canyon, GMC Yukon, and Hummers. This month, invoice minus rebate. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard right here in Greenville, where, as always, you know it, I'm going to save you money.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
22 seconds left here in the second quarter from Kermit-Tipton Stadium. Science Hill leading 14-0. Kenny, just before the break, Spencer Taylor loading up for Stephen Famoyan. It's a huge gain of more than 30 yards, and now the Toppers have a chance to punch one in here before the half.
Yeah, they got 3. They got 4 out wide again. Obviously, I don't see Leisure in the game.
Taylor looking to the flat, thought it was going to be deflected.
Yeah. Oh, he was up there on the top. I thought he might go to the end zone. Throws it short. It is not picked up or caught there. 14 seconds on the clock. We know they got a big foot when it comes to the field goal kicker. You take one more shot at it and bring him in?
I think with 14 seconds, I mean, the Toppers still have a timeout left. So the playbook is still pretty open, you would think, with 14 seconds.
Yeah, but he can't go back and scramble like he did a minute ago. You got to get rid of it. Nice throw right there.
Quick pass to Famoyan, and now maybe, buy yourself an 8-yard gain in 2 seconds. They might now be able to take one more shot here before they think about kicking the field goal.
Yeah, at least 2 more plays before they have to bring in the kicker if they don't get to the end zone. Right now, Spencer's looking like that guy a long time ago that wore number 11 here at Science Hill.
Dropping back, looking towards the back of the end zone, out the back of the end zone, incomplete with 3 seconds left on the clock. You have to think that this is going to be field goal territory for Carter Lockman.
Yeah. He wears the number 11 of Steve Spurrier. You know, that was in the school's Hall of Fame. It was in mothballs forever. And then about 10 years ago, if maybe not even that long, they asked if they could bring it out. So ever since then, every quarterback at Science Hill has worn number 11.
So Lockman lining up for about a 32-yard field goal, and instead the Bears will let him think about it a little bit longer, a timeout. Lockman, we talked to Coach Carter about Lockman, a junior. He's missed his only field goal attempt on the year, but Coach Stacey Carter said it's not for lack of leg strength. I mean, this kid has quite the boot. He kind of figured out that he could maybe kick on the football field as a junior last year, or as a sophomore last year, excuse me. They got him in here, and now he has a chance to kick his first field goal of the season.
Yeah, it was windy earlier. It's really died down. It's not that bad right now, so he shouldn't really have a problem with that. This would be a nice way if you're a topper to go into the locker room leading this contest 17-0. And on top of it, if I'm not mistaken, they get the ball at the beginning of the second half.
The Toppers will get the ball at the second half. So the Bears had it to start. Of course, had that drive that lasted, well, nearly 7 minutes. Lockman lines up the 32-yard field goal. Snap and hold is good. Lockman knuckles it off the crossbar and in.
Wow. Let me tell you something. I've seen a lot of field goal kicks over the years. I don't know if I've seen one hit the middle bar in between the posts before.
He got enough leg on it, 32 yards. It's the first field goal for Lockman of the season. That brings us to halftime, Kenny. It's Science Hill 17, Union 0.
I give him 10 tries at that. He would never hit that bar each time. Let's go down to the field. Terry Craig has Stacey Carter.
All right, Coach, here with Coach Stacey. What went well for you guys here in this first half?
Well, I mean, they kept the ball away from us about the whole first quarter, and we had a great first drive. And, we really was doing well, very efficiently offensively until the end of that second quarter. We got rough and got off sync, and we just got to be better than that. So, but all in all, I thought our defense has played well. We caused some turnovers, so proud of our guys so far.
What kind of adjustments do you plan on making at halftime?
Well, we just can't, we got to get our running game smoother, and, we got too much pressure on the quarterback, so we've got to make sure we protect him a little bit better.
All right, one last question. What will your message be to your guys?
Well, keep on doing what we're doing and just try to put the kids in a little bit better situations.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right, that's head coach Stacey Carter in a good mood. His team up 17-0 at halftime.
Terry, thanks. Coach Carter has to be pleased with a 17-0 lead here at the half.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that he really has to talk about at halftime are the mistakes. I mean, this game could easily be 30-something to nothing right now because they've had a couple of touchdowns taken off the board.
A couple of touchdowns called back, but they've been able to get that turnover luck back on their side. The forced fumble, of course, as well. We're going to take a quick break. We have plenty of action and plenty of stories to tell you here coming up at halftime. Stay with us.
Sleep better with a Tempur-Pedic from Cannons. Get your best night's rest, plus get a free gift of 2 pillows, a mattress protector, and a luxury set of sheets, plus 0% interest and free delivery, setup, and free haul away. Now through Monday at Cannons Fine Home Furnishings in Elizabethton.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside. Or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
We were looking for a new house. Couldn't find anything that suited us, and we just happened to be in Johnson City and decided to stop in Preferred Choice. The day that we finished all of the paperwork and we knew this house was ours, I think Preferred Choice could have heard me laughing at their facility. We were ecstatic. I just want to say to anyone who is looking for a new home, if you're just looking for a good, solid home, go to Preferred Choice Homes.
I'm Dr. Greg Stewart at Watauga Orthopedics. We're counting on you, counting on us. Expert orthopedic care is available at our 3 easy-to-access walk-in clinics, in the operating room after an injury, and on the sidelines during the big game. Plus, we've partnered with the Hurt mobile app to provide fast and free orthopedic advice that's always available, even when we're not. Scan the QR code on your screen, download the app to your mobile device, submit your injury, and receive guidance from the injury experts within minutes. When you need orthopedic care, count on the experts at Watauga Orthopedics.
At Dempsey's Jewelers, there is one thing we pride ourselves in more than our jewelry.
and that's our people. As you make lifelong memories, we make lasting friendships. It's our honor to help, and we're here anytime you need us. When you think jewelry, think Dempsey's Jewelers.
At Dirty Duct Cleaning, our passion is to improve the air quality of your home or business. Those with allergies, asthma, sleep apnea, pet owners, and more will benefit from our services, featuring the highest powered suction hypervac in the industry. Our dryer vent cleaning can help prevent dryer fires and improve dryer efficiency. Dirty Duct Cleaning is family owned and operated, serving the whole Tri-Cities area. Whether your ducts and vents need to be cleaned, repaired, or replaced, call Dirty Duct Cleaning today.
Sleep better with a Tempur-Pedic from Cannons. Get your best night's rest, plus get a free gift of 2 pillows, a mattress protector, and a luxury set of sheets, plus 0% interest and free delivery, setup, and free haul away. Now through Monday at Cannons Fine Home Furnishings in Elizabethton.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back to Kermit Tipton Stadium. Halftime here. And Science Hill leads Union 17-0. You're looking high over top the stadium on a homecoming Friday night here in Johnson City. Kenny, a 17-0 lead, so a shutout pitched by the Science Hill defense. Looking at the way that the Bears opened, more than 7 minutes on their opening drive. We thought that Coach Turner would have liked to have some points on the board here in the first half.
Yeah, I think we knew the game plan going into the game was slow as we go, all right? And that's what they were doing on the first drive. The unfortunate problem for them is they started running into penalties that kept pushing them back. And then the second time they got a hold of it, they ended up with the tip pass later on that turned into a touchdown for Science Hill. So go back in. He's got to settle his team down and then talk to them about not making mistakes. There aren't too many programs in our region that can say they have alumni who played on the sport's biggest stage.
Yeah, Kenny, it's especially rare, to have both have former players in the NFL, not just playing at the next level, but in the NFL, and that's exactly what we have here tonight.
That's right. Starting with Science Hill, of course, you have Steve Spurrier. Just mentioned him a moment ago. He is, of course, a namesake for Science Hill's football field. Spurrier was a standout Hilltopper athlete who went on to win the 1966 Heisman Trophy at the University of Florida. He was a staple of college football for decades, coaching at Duke, Florida, and South Carolina. He is in the College Football Hall of Fame as both a player and coach.
Yeah, Kenny, another former Hilltopper who had success in the NFL is Abreu Franklin, the defensive lineman, played at University of Tennessee before being drafted into the NFL in 2003. Franklin had stints with Baltimore, San Francisco, New Orleans, Indianapolis, and San Diego as well over the course of about a decade.
And on the other side of the matchup, you have James Mitchell. Mitchell was a standout for the Union Bears for multiple years before signing with the Virginia Tech Hokies. Mitchell entered the 2022 draft and was selected by Detroit in his 2 pro seasons. The tight end had 13 receptions for 141 yards and a touchdown. Both head coaches spoke with us about what it means to have players on this caliber coming through their programs.
Steve Spurrier, he's been here, but it's been a long time since he's been here, but he supported us, gave us money for the field house, and really helped us.
James, we got a great relationship. We talk about once a week. We keep in touch. He's always checking in and seeing how the team's doing, and whenever he gets an opportunity, he always comes by to check in on the guys or come in and talk to them, and being in contact with him has been great. Yeah, I think it's just this been great for schools to have guys that are able to go off to the NFL or NBA or Major League Baseball and representing your school. And I think that's just the tradition and the culture that you build here in these programs.
Kenny, we mentioned 2 different size programs, but 2 very historic and football-rich programs.
Yeah, I mean, don't think that Union's going to give up the fight in the second half, because they're not. They're going to come out here and give Science Hill all that they have. Keep in mind, I mean, it is 17-0. This game is not over by any imagination.
All right, 17-0 here at the half. Science Hill leading Union. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we find out what Kenny had to eat this week. Stay with it.
It's good. It's good.
Are you tired of borrowing money? Do you want better rates? Boss said this scooter isn't so bad. Yeah, but I'd rather be driving Grandpa's Porsche.
At Mears & Associates, we have the best rates for IRA 401k rollovers.
SOFA patients with uncontrolled diabetes receive a team approach. Our physicians partner with SOFA clinical pharmacists to prescribe best medications. In-clinic social workers assist patients to decrease medication costs. Other team members include dietitians for nutrition and nurse case managers for calls in between appointments. Surrounding SOFA patients with a team of professionals is one of the ways we go above and beyond.
Here at Kerwin's Volunteer Motors, we've managed to keep our prices below retail. We have 2 great locations on the Volunteer Parkway, just north of the Bristol Motor Speedway. We specialize in pre-owned 4-wheel drive trucks and SUVs. Don't forget about our great selection of Bentelli e-bikes. We also now carry a huge selection of Bentelli street-legal golf carts. So come see me in Harbor for a great deal on your next 4-wheel drive truck.
Get a real deal.
For 95 years, Dolo Taylor Funeral Home has been family-owned, and it has been a privilege to serve the families of Jonesboro and the Washington County area. Our family is committed to continuing the traditions and the customs of the funeral service that you deserve and have come to expect from our firm. Our facility offers a home-like atmosphere, and our staff, all members of this community, strive to provide the best service. Dolo Taylor has earned your trust for 95 years and will continue to earn that trust for the years to come.
O'Sullivan hits the icebox with a hard right hook. And O'Sullivan wins it already. They both brought the heat, but O'Sullivan cooled his opponent down.
Phil's Heating and Air, we knock out the competition.
Once again, we're halftime, and it is tailgate time, one of my favorite features whenever we do a game. Chef T is with us. First of all, we're going to make a Cuban sandwich. Talk about some of the ingredients that you have.
We actually have some deli-style sliced Italian roast pork.
Yep.
We have some deli-style Copa ham.
Copa.
Which is spiced.
Not cooked ham, Copa ham.
Yep, it's a little bit spicy.
Gotcha.
We want to have a little more flavor to that.
Okay, all right.
So we're toasting our bread. Once we get them to start toasting, we'll get them a little crispy. It's just Swiss cheese, Dijon mustard, and pickles.
You don't have to put any butter on the bread. You just let it toast a little
I like to keep them simple because I don't want it to absorb all that butter. So if we can just keep them toasted so they get a little bit crisp to them, it works really, really well.
So with the Cuban, do you have to smash it?
It helps to smash it, and we're just going to use our spatula today and smash it. Once we get our ham and our pork hot, which they're shaved, so the thinner you cut them, the hotter those are, the faster they get hot. It's really, really simple to kind of make that work.
There's no seasoning for any of this right now.
Nope, it's already fully cooked.
We're just going to throw some spicy mustard. It doesn't always work when you...
Always. It never works when I have to.
There you go.
And then we have our ham sandwich-style pickles, which work really well for this because we don't have to do anything to them except put them on the sandwich.
Okay.
As soon as we get our pickles on there, our ham and our pork are hot. So we want to spread those out.
We just really want that hot. We don't want it a little crispy on the edges.
You're just trying to heat it up.
Okay.
Once we get it hot, we're making big sandwiches, by the way.
I'm a big man, so I understand that.
And we want to feed people.
I mean, if you made a little sandwich, I'd be upset.
Once we get our meat on there, we'll take our roll.
All right.
And then we're literally going to take our spatula and we're going to smash it.
Smash.
The more we can smash it, get some of that juice out. That'll help crisp up our bun.
Start calling you the hole.
It'll help us get everything melted.
Okay.
And then we should be able to flip it over. We'll do the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, I see a little bit more caramelized once you turned it back over from the meat.
So we got a big old pressed sandwich. This one we're going to cut.
Yeah, let's cut this one. Look at it right there.
There you go.
First of all,
super
simple. The thing about it is, I mean, you see the 2 meats, you can tell that it's a big sandwich. You see the cheese is melted, and the pickles right there. Man, this thing is hot.
Yep.
That's good. I'm going to tell you what, the pickle with that mustard, that brings it out. Once again, outstanding dish. The Cuban sandwich by Chef T. Let's get back to the game.
At Roto-Rooter, we've tried everything to address plumbing emergencies faster, like the sink siren. Roto-Rooter! Hello? The toilet signals seem fun, but a bit impractical. Of course, we all remember the plumbing drone debacle. That was bad. We even had tiny submarines with little torpedoes to blow up clogs and sometimes pipes. Eventually, we landed on same-day service, and that's pretty darn fast.
Roto-Rooter, you gotta get your gateway.
Gateway Nissan in Greenville is all about saving you big money with up to $8,000 over book value for your trade. $8,000, or get as low as 0% APR financing for 36 months, plus $1,250 select bonus cash on select new Nissan Rogue models, and 3 years complimentary maintenance and lifetime powertrain warranty at no extra charge. Gotta get to Gateway.
Down in Gateway Country, yeah, we treat you right.
Gotta get to Gateway.
If you want windows installed before bad weather hits, now is the time. It's our back-to-school blowout. Get 8 Energy Star rated double-hung windows for only $5,205, or upgrade to our most energy-efficient triple-pane windows for only $5,954. This sale ends September 15th. All windows include a true lifetime warranty, including labor. Don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime offer.
Call, click, or visit the Window Source today.
Now's the time to get a great deal on Kubota construction equipment, because that subdivision isn't going to build itself. Get more power, more comfort, more productivity, and more get it done right. All built around a durable Kubota engine you can depend on. The Kubota construction lineup shows up ready to work every day. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 48 months, or save up to $4,000.
Kubota of Kingsport, the best place for the best equipment.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back here to Kermit-Tipton Stadium. Science Hill leading the Union Bears 17-0 here in this state border battle, I should say. Kenny, the Toppers didn't have the ball for much of the first quarter, able to get a lot of the scoring done in the second quarter. The Bears, they held on to that ball for quite some time. There are more than 7 minutes in the first quarter. A couple of miscues cost them some possessions and points. If you're Coach Turner, what are you saying to your guys to keep them in this one here in the second half?
Well, you're telling them to go back in the second half and just calm down. It's like he said this week, we're the underdogs. Nobody expects us to come over here and win the contest. So go out there, calm down, have fun, and see if you're able to move this football in the second half.
The Kenny, I mentioned, you can kind of classify this as maybe a borderline battle, as these two teams sit pretty close to the Tennessee-Virginia state line.
Yeah, each team school borders 2 state unions, being close to Tennessee and Kentucky, while Science Hill is close to the border of both Virginia and North Carolina. However, there is a major discrepancy in the amount of times each of these squads has played out-of-state teams.
Yeah, we're starting with the home team in Science Hill. Since 2014, Kenny, they've played just 4 games outside of the state of Tennessee. In 2015 and 16, they played in a home and away series with Clyde A. Irwin in Asheville in North Carolina. And then they went to Union last year, and of course are hosting them tonight. That is it since 2014.
On the other side of this game, Union High School is very comfortable playing teams outside of the Commonwealth. Since 2014, the Bears have played 7 games against opponents from Kentucky and 6 from Tennessee, counting tonight. Union's Coach Turner says they were eager for another matchup against a school from the Volunteer State, and they embraced the challenge it brings.
We were looking for games. We were having a hard time finding a game, and we reached out to a lot of the Tennessee schools. Their athletic directors sent an email, say, hey, we're looking for a home-and-home game and have a chance to try to play anybody we could. And Science Hill was one of the first schools to respond back, so we kind of jumped on that. Looking to our kids to compete at a high level, big-time game atmosphere. This will be like a playoff-type atmosphere for us. Going on the road, playing in Johnson City, a new environment that we've been in.
Welcome back. And Kenny, Coach Turner talking there. He told us this week he wanted the guys to embrace this moment, embrace the atmosphere, the homecoming, the fans coming down from Big Stone Gap and playing in this type of environment.
Speaking of homecoming, were you king of the court when you were in high school? You looked like you was king of the court.
No. I wasn't even nominated.
Okay.
No, wasn't even nominated.
No, sorry.
Maybe Terry Craig.
I think it's cut a little deep right there.
It's it. No, that's fine. I'm good. But Terry Craig, maybe Terry Craig was nominated. He's down on the sidelines for us. Terry, what do you got?
Well, I'll tell you this, on the Science Hill side of the things, everyone's cheering, whether it's for homecoming or even the ball game, but it is a different story on the other side of the field for the Union fans. Not too much to cheer about so far. Obviously down 17-0. We're still waiting for the head coach to come out. We'll have him at halftime. Obviously, plenty of adjustments going on over there. A few mistakes on his side of the ball and a few mistakes, too, on Science Hill. We did talk to head coach Stacey Carter as he was going into halftime. Obviously wanted to clean up a few of those mistakes going into the second half, but still a big hill to climb for the Union side of things. Obviously down 0-17. Going to send it back to you guys up there in the studio, Nick and Kenny.
Terry, thank you so much. Homecoming court just wrapping up. We got the band on the field behind us, going to play a little bit. Kenny, it's an altogether good atmosphere here on homecoming night.
And this is the way that this is what you want. I mean, you got the homecoming court, you got the band, and you're leading this contest 17-0.
All right, looking high atop Kermit-Tipton Stadium, powered by our drone cam. Thanks to Food City and Mountain Dew for that one. It's a beautiful night, really. It's come a little windy. Hopefully the drone's okay up there. It's getting a little windy, but looks like it's holding on. 17-0 Science Hill leads here at halftime. We'll take a quick break. Stay with us.
Champion GMC Stone Drive Kingsport has incredible savings. 24 Sierra 1,500 savings up to $11,000 off MSRP. 24 Sierra 2,500 $3,000 off MSRP. Champion GMC Stone Drive Kingsport, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Preferred Choice Homes, we're making home ownership a reality. As a locally owned independent dealer, Preferred Choice Homes puts you first. Whether you're looking for a double wide or single wide, visit our experts in Johnson City or Morristown. Choose from top brands like Fleetwood, Champion, and Clayton, with hundreds of floor plans to fit your needs. With available land and financing options, we'll help you find the perfect home to fit your budget. Visit Preferred Choice Homes today and start your journey to home ownership.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
Welcome to Valley Forge Wholesale, where we have something for everyone.
We have top brand name closeouts, overstocks, and liquidations below wholesale prices. Everything from toys to beauty supplies. You have to see it to believe it. Shop us often so you don't miss out. If you see it today, you better grab it because it may not be here tomorrow. New items are delivered daily, so make sure you check us out weekly to see what's new.
New merchandise at Wholesale Prices. Camshaw Pop Store and Save on your seal.
Champion GMC Stone Drive Kingsport has incredible savings. 24 Yukons, $3,000 off MSRP. 24 Trains, $5,000 off MSRP. 24 Canyon, $2,500 off MSRP. Champion GMC Stone Drive Kingsport, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back to Kermit-Tipton Stadium here at Steve Spurrier Field. It's halftime on homecoming here in Johnson City. The Toppers lead the Bears 17-0. And as you can see out there on the field right now, the homecoming court, very important here on homecoming night. So the band, they're going to get their shine as well. As the Science Hill Hilltopper band is currently on the field and giving us a little halftime show here. The fans, as I mentioned, a 17-0 lead here for the Toppers at half. Of course, those two touchdowns coming on the ground for Science Hill. The Bears were really the ones that had this thing out the gate. They took the opening kickoff, had more than 7 minutes of possession, but unable to come up with a first down on their third attempt at converting on fourth down. Gave it back to the Toppers, and right at the start of the second quarter, it was the Toppers who were able to punch it in with Baylor necessary. Of course, Aiden Perry also scoring another touchdown later in the second quarter, and Carter Lockman rounded out the scoring to close the half. That's where we stand, 17-0. But now we're going to send things down to the field with Terry Craig, as Coach Turner of the Union Bears. Terry?
All right, Coach Turner, what adjustments did you make during the halftime break?
Well, you know, we got to sustain drives. We've had a couple good drives early in the game, and we came up short on a couple of fourth down plays, so we got to convert. And their team speed took a while. It took us a little time to get adjusted. So hopefully we can sustain some drives and keep their offense off the field.
And what was your message to your guys during the halftime break?
Man, you just got to keep playing. Keep playing no matter what the score is. Keep playing. Fight as hard as you can play. And and work hard and try to get better. We want to try to get better, and we want to compete, and hopefully some good things happen to us here in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. That's Coach Turner looking to sustain some more of those drives going into the second half, but still a big hill to climb. Union down 17-0 to the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Send it back to you, Kenny and Nick.
Terry, thanks so much. Coach Turner, the Bears getting ready to come back out here. There's about 2:20 left on that halftime clock as the band is all wrapped up. Teams back out here warming up, getting ready to go here in the second half.
As we take a look at the numbers, we dive into the first half. Union had the football 16 minutes and 5 seconds. That's what Turner wanted. Only problem is the mistakes, turning the ball over, that hurt them, obviously. The other thing, Science Hill only had the ball 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes in the contest. They were able to score 17 points. Union in the first quarter, 8 minutes. Science Hill in the first quarter, 3 minutes. Union in the second quarter, 7 minutes. And Science Hill in the second quarter, 4 minutes. So that shows you that this team was scoring quickly and not really burning a lot of clock.
A really efficient, pretty efficient performance when they didn't have plays called back by penalties. So certainly the penalties and miscues hurt him. They obviously, I mean, we're about to have a third touchdown here. The toss up to Corbin Lazier. Of course, not quite on the same page with Spencer Taylor. That turns out to be an interception in the end zone, so that takes points off the board. Stephen Famoyan had an excellent play where he weaved through the defense, got himself into the end zone, but that was called back due to a penalty. So a couple of times, the Toppers really could have this thing out 3, 4 more scores, and it's just a couple of miscues that have held them back.
You know, the thing about it is 17-0. I said earlier this game is not over. You got a whole half to go, but you have to wonder how much longer Science Hill leaves the starter out there. I talked about both teams got big games coming up next week. Science Hill is going to take on Maryville. In fact, I think that game is right here at Kermit Tipton Stadium. And then, you know, you got Union, who plays one of their arch rivals, or one of the perennial powers there in Southwest Virginia, and that being Graham.
Yeah, those two teams have met often in the district and region playoffs, I should say, up there in Southwest Virginia. That will be a big game. We'll see. You mentioned the starters. Science Hill still only up 17-0. They've done a good job rotating some people in, but they're already so deep, Kenny, that that depth, really, when you come down to it, the Bears maybe have to pay a little bit more attention to that than the Toppers do.
Well, we talked about the fact that Union wanted to keep this game close. And, you know, 17-0, still close, but basically a score away from pretty much putting this away. This is going to be a key possession for them. Science Hill has the football. They have to find a way to stop them from going down and scoring on their first possession and then making this a 24-0 game.
Science Hill will get the ball to start the second half. They've gone mostly to the ground here, only really to the air when they've needed to. That's really what they've been about this season, though. Baylor Necessary, when he comes in, we know he has a touchdown pass this year. It can happen, but you know he's a big bruising guy that's going to usually keep it on the ground. Aiden Perry. Mathis has also come in some rotation as well. So Science Hill maybe pulling the Union and maybe try to chew up a little extra clock here to start the second half and maybe put some points on the board.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to play as fast as we saw them play in the first half. And Taylor's really impressed me. I thought he's done a great job managing the quarterback position. When he didn't have a pass, he threw it away. Other times he tucked it and ran. He's got a lot of weapons. Okay, we talked about Famoyan out there. We talked about Lazier, the big tight end who's headed to Colorado. We talked about the fact that they got running back by committee. So I don't know if Science Hill has really broken sweat just yet, because they have played so many players tonight.
Plenty of weapons for the Toppers, and many of them will take the field here as the Bears get set to kick this one away.
As I mentioned, this is a key possession. If you are Union, you can't allow Science Hill to get into the end zone.
Nick Burns, number 13, the senior, listed as a wide receiver and linebacker. He's going to take the kickoff here to open up the second half. And we're underway. Low line drive, fielded at about the 5. Right up the middle and taken down. That's Ian Mathis.
You know, I have to admit, I am a little surprised. I thought we were going to have a second half like the Musket Bowl. I thought Union might come out and try an onside kick and try and get the ball right there, but they put it in the hands of the Toppers, and they're going to rely on their defense.
Toppers have had pretty short fields to work with. Maybe Union shying away from that onside kick to kind of give them a longer field. They'll have to go 70 yards here as Mathis takes it out to the 30. Taylor is in the shotgun. Quick out to Famoyan. Famoyan up over the 35 to the 37, call it 38. So a gain of 8 on 1st and 10.
Nice safe play that time. Taking your time, you throw it to the flat, give it to the speed guys. Now, as you say, it's 2nd and 7, and that's manageable.
Perry's back there with Taylor. 2 receivers, the extra tight end. The give is to Perry. Perry hops in the hole. Past the 40-yard line to about the 42. That's going to be good enough for a Pisgah Roofing first down.
Perry cracks me up. When he gets there in the middle, he's like a little rabbit. You know, he's like just jumping around everywhere and, you know, finding one hole to another and picking up yards.
Perry was all Region 1 5A for Daniel Boone a season ago. Of course, now playing here with the Toppers. Fakes the give to Perry. Taylor rolls. Looking, nice. A sliding grab made by Famoyan, who is open in the second level of the defense for a big gain.
And watch this Toyota Kingsport replay. He's got 2 reads here. He rolls out. He sees a man down the field. He's got Lazier right there just in case Famoyan's not open. Famoyan was open, and they pick up a big Pisgah Roofing first down.
Brings him into enemy territory. 41-yard line is where the Toppers will take the snap, 1st and 10. In the pistol, give to Mathis. Mathis keeps the legs churning, but he's going to be pushed backwards. They'll give him forward progress to about the 38. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Good stop that time by the Bears, by a host of Bears who stopped him after about, 2-yard gain.
Josh Garant, 8 tackles on the year for the junior inside linebacker. He was among the first on the scene. 2nd down and 7. Taylor with Mathis in the pistol. Mathis takes it. It's Garant again. And that's a very short gain. Couple of Bears in there. Preston McCray also in for the stop, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
I've been impressed on these last 2 plays by the Bears. You can tell that this team is not giving up. So this would be pretty good for them if they could make a stop right here and maybe force Science Hill to think about kicking it away.
Malik Anderson checks in at tailback, and he's going to get the give on 3rd and 6. Uses the truck stick and is still churning, but the ball pops free.
I think Science Hill got back on it. Nope.
The ball popped free, and Science Hill loses it. The Bears are on top of it. It's Preston McCray with his 2nd fumble recovery of the season.
You know, that's one of the things you hate to see if you're a Hilltopper. You love to see the extra effort. You love to see the fact you don't want to go down. You're trying to pick up as many yards as possible. But what happens is you get stood up and somebody's ripping the ball out.
So Malik Anderson was fighting viciously for extra yardage. But the Bears get in there and pry one free. A huge turn of events here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Now Union takes over on their own 26, 1st and 10. Looking for the quick throw. Bosick, now he has to scramble. Back to his right. Throws the stiff arm out past the 30 to the 31. Even further, it looks like they're going to spot him at the 32. So a nice gain off of a broken play there from the Bears.
It was a great run that time for him to just pull the ball down and take off. Now he puts him into a position of 2nd and 4. And we know, obviously, from the first half, they're 2-down territory all the way to 4th down.
2nd down. 3 receivers set. The give is to Chandler. Chandler bounces in the hole looking for running room. He's not going to find much. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard more, but that is it.
Well, that time the bulldozer couldn't dig up any dirt that time. So this is going to be a big down. It's now 3rd and 4. like I said, they're gonna go for it on 4th down if they don't get it here. I mean, you're trailing 17-0.
Hayden Cox, the junior, in on the stop, and Coach Carter said that he's probably played just about as well as any defensive lineman this season so far, particularly had a nice game against Elizabethton. 3rd and short. Snap. It's a speed option. Bostic to Chandler. It's loose on the carpet. The ball is still free.
Still free.
Still free.
Still free.
Now the pile. Who'll come out with it?
Then we got rugby going on.
The ball.
Scrum.
Oh, that football is a funny shape. And it was free for quite some time. Still no signal.
The problem is it had to be somebody laying out of bounds while falling on that football.
They're trying to pull bodies off of it, and it's Science Hill football. So the Toppers come up with a recovery. The entire Union sideline is begging for a different result, and in fact they have changed it now. Referee Larry Hutchinson has
he came in
pointed
and
in the direction of the Union Bears. Now it is still 4th down, but the Bears avoid turnover deep in their own territory. It's going to be about 4th and 2.5, maybe a short 3.
Somebody might have to throw the red flag here. They're going to come over and talk to Stacey Carter.
Coach Carter wants an explanation.
Yeah.
After the initial indication it was Science Hill football, Hutchinson came back and changed the call, pointing the way of the Bears. So they're still trying to sort this out. Right now the Bears are on the field 4th and 2. We're going to take a quick break. 7:59 left here in the 3rd quarter. Science Hill leading 17-0.
Greetings, friends at Toyota Kingsport. We got the best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs on sale every day.
New Tacoma starting at $299 a month.
New RAV4s for only $329 a month.
And save over $6,600 on a 24 Tundra.
We're more than just great deals at Toyota Kingsport. We're about making your car buying experience enjoyable and stress-free.
Great cars, amazing deals, and the best team in town. Toyota of Kingsport, where saving you money is a Hill family tradition.
Believe in yourself. Believe in your neighbors. Believe in families and family-owned businesses. First-time fathers and lasting impressions. Believe in firm handshakes and protecting the ones you love. We do, because we believe in you. We're Farm Bureau Insurance, and we don't just believe in Tennessee. We believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Look out on the field. Union, the offense. It is 4th and 2, but they've seemingly settled this, and I think the Bears are going to keep the ball here.
We don't have a replay, right? Unless somebody snuck one over there. I don't know how you turn that around.
Well, the Bears are going to go for it on their own 34. A pitch out wide to Chandler, and I think he's got it.
I think he's got it as well, and that's basically the same play that they ran that he fumbled on. This time the pitch was a lot better, and he was able to catch up to it.
They showed the power formation, but then went outside, and now Fleeman is going to have to hold one of his teammates back who lost his helmet on the far sideline there. He's going to have to come off the field. I believe that's Braden Letcher. Had his helmet come off and had a couple of words for the Bears on the sideline. Fleeman imploring him to head back to the sidelines. But it is a 1st down. The Bulldozer doing an excellent job running outside the numbers. It's 1st and 10 from the 37. Snap. Give. Short gain. The Chandler's going to get close to the 40. They'll give him the 39.5.
Think about 4 guys to pull him down that time.
Chandler, a football guy. His dad playing at the old Powell Valley High School. Of course, one of the high schools that eventually was consolidated into Union. Powell Valley and Appalachia got together in 2011. 2nd down and about 7. Chandler This time the left
Good
side.
run.
Breaks a couple of tackles and is across midfield.
Good run. He's finally brought down by Carter Nelson.
Excellent work from the Bears to open up a hole for Chandler.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 guys. Good run.
Chandler shakes at least 4 defenders to get over midfield. It's a first down and 10, and the Bears churning that clock again, Kenny, as it ticks under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
This is how it was in the first quarter. I mean, they kept, well, I told you, the possession of time. They controlled the first half but came away with nothing. They need to come away with a score here.
Chandler, they'll go back to the well. Gets just a couple, maybe 2, as he's upended there near the line of scrimmage.
And that's how you tackle a big guy. Don't tackle him up high. Don't do that. You got to get lower than him, just like they did right there and upended him.
Hayden Cox, Gavin Taylor, Darius Delacqua, the front for Science Hill, and all 3 of those guys are big fellas to move off the ball. Second down and about 8. Bostic in the shotgun. Fakes the give to Chandler. He'll keep it and run left, but he is forced out of bounds quickly. Closing quickly was Braden Letcher.
That was close. I thought he might get him while he was going out of bounds, but that wasn't the call. And I'm shocked they haven't thrown it anymore. I guess they've been happy moving the football on the ground so far.
The Bears have really not gone to the air here, at least very often here since the start of the third. You're right. Looking to lean on that strength of theirs, which is the offensive line. Very experienced group up there. But now we've got a 3rd and long. 3rd and 8 from the 45. 4 receivers set. Bostic looks left. They're going to spy him. Now he comes back right, and it is deflected. Incomplete. Excellent work on that right side of the defense by Braden Austin, the junior, with a pass breakup.
Nice defensive play. I mean, he kept his eyes on the quarterback, got close enough where he was able to put up his arms, and obviously Bostic not able to get over the top of it.
Could see there the Toppers just trying to place a little contain on Bostic. Such a crafty athlete. He's a 3-sport guy, plays basketball. His dad is the basketball coach up there at Union. He runs track. He's speedy, and the Toppers did a nice job keeping him relatively in the pocket, forcing the deflected pass, and now we've got ourselves a 4th and 8. Bostic, plenty of time to throw. Now the pocket collapses. Working back to the near side. Eyes downfield. Fires a throw, and it is incomplete. He was looking for Carlos Anderson, who had cut back and looked like he had a little bit of space. Anderson can't quite keep his feet, and it's a turnover on downs.
I've really got to give the Science Hill Hilltoppers defensive backs a lot of credit, because that's the reason why he's having to scramble for his life.
So the Toppers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 45. We'll take a break. 5:32 to play in the third quarter. The Toppers on top, 17-0.
It's time to get outside and play. Whether you're looking for a boat, motorcycle, camper, ATV, or personal watercraft, Eastman Credit Union has a loan to fit your needs. We offer 100% financing options and no payments for 60 days, so you can live your dream today. Hit the road or the waves in style with an RV and power sports loan from ECU. Start your adventure today. Visit ecu.org/play to apply now. Eastman Credit Union.
I'm John.
And I'm Robbie.
We own Jonesboro Funeral Home.
We would like to thank our friends, family, and neighbors in the Tri-Cities for believing and trusting in us.
We're proud to call this area home, and while our business may be new, we have strong ties in this community.
We live here,
preach here,
and raise our children here,
and always support our local schools.
We're proud to help our neighbors and loved ones plan for life's unexpected moments.
Jonesboro Funeral Home, here when you need us most.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back here. 5:32 to play in the third quarter in Johnson City. Science Hill leading Union 17-0. Kenny, the Bears had one fourth down conversion. They couldn't get two on the last drive to open up here in the second half. And then as a result, the Toppers back on offense. Handoff is to Perry. Perry is met in the hole. He's going to get maybe one, but that run defense of the Bears has not quit all night long.
That hole that Perry saw closed up in a hurry. That was a good defensive stop that time by the Bears.
Camden Wharton, the junior, coming up from the bottom of the pile there. It's 2nd down and 9. Taylor remains the quarterback. They switch out Mathis, the junior, in at tailback. Fake to Mathis.
Nice
over
pass.
The middle to Famoyan. Breaks the tackle to the 30, to the 20, to the 10-5. Touchdown Toppers.
Nice pitch and catch. Toyota Kingsport. Replay. Gets away from the last defender. Nobody's going to catch him after that. I mean, he has speed to burn and gets into the end zone for the long touchdown. And the Toppers, with just over 4 minutes, 4:43 on the clock in the third, have now really blown it open as they get ready to take a 24-0 lead.
It didn't appear to be Taylor's first read, but his eyes came back to the middle of the field. He found Famoyan, and as you mentioned, Kenny, Famoyan does the rest. 45 yards on the Topper touchdown. Lockman's kick is up, and it's good. Science Hill out on top, 24-0. 4:43 to play in the second quarter. The Bears looking to respond. It's on the other side.
It's official. Johnson City Ford has won the President's Award from Ford for the 7th year in a row. We won because our customers said they had a really great experience with both sales and service. So come and experience why Johnson City Ford is Tri-City's only President's Award winner.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
Johnson City Toyota is your pre-owned superstore. We have well over 400 pre-owned priced to sell. All come with our love it or leave it satisfaction guarantee, and all come with a vehicle history report, so the history is no mystery when you buy pre-owned from Johnson City Toyota.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back. We're going to head down to Terry Craig on the sidelines. Hey, Terry.
More of the same for the Hilltoppers. Obviously, I spoke with Stacey Carter before halftime. Wanted more of the same, and that's exactly what they got. A touchdown here in the third quarter. Still, big Hill climb for the Union Bears as they come out for the kickoff. Still down 24-0. Back to you, Nick and Kenny.
Walkman to kick off.
Terry, thanks. 45 yards, Kenny, on the pitch and catch. It has the Toppers up 24-0. The Bears going to get this one back. Bunch bobbles it, but takes it in at the 5. Out past the 20, but not by much, as the Bears will get maybe the 21. That's where they'll start, 1st and 10.
Once again, it's a long field for the Bears, and they've been able to get across midfield, but right about there, I don't know if there's an invisible wall that we can't see, but for some reason when they get to about the 45, they start coming up with penalties or they turn it over.
Of course, they got the big fumble to start the third quarter. Had a 4th down conversion, couldn't quite get 2 4th down conversions. Came away with no points. And now they'll try again here with 4:36 on the third quarter clock. 4 receivers. Bostic in at quarterback, Chandler to his right. Fakes the screen. Still plenty of time to throw. Now throws an incomplete, looking for Bunch.
he doesn't have much time. That's the thing about it is when he does go back, he's already in the shotgun, so he's already about 5 yards back. But he didn't have much time. Like I said, the Toppers defensive backs have done a really good job of locking down the wide receivers, and that's allowing the front men to go after Bostic. I kind of like the little short passes and then allow your receiver to do the yak yards, yards after catch to pick up some type of advantage out there.
Bunch was able to successfully advance that tunnel screen like that early on in this game. They haven't really gone back to it since. It's 2nd and 10. Bostic
short
to
pass.
Chandler out of the backfield. Chandler, a little bit of shiftiness out there on the near side. He gets past the 25 to the 26. It'll bring up 3rd down and medium.
So 3rd down and 5 at the 26-yard line. That's manageable. I'm not sure they're going to go all for it now, but, at least trying to make it a 4th down and 2 or 3, because I'm sure, obviously, they're going to go for it.
The only time they've punted tonight, Kenny, Chandler was standing in the back of his own end zone. So it seems this could be 2-down territory for the Bears. 3 receivers. Bostic looking far side, single coverage to Bunch, and it is going to be broken up. Nice play on the edge there from Braden Letcher. Forces a 4th down coming.
That was close. I thought we might see some yellow on the field. A pass interference, but great defensive play, and it looks like maybe Union's going to punt this one.
Looks like the special teams unit is coming out onto the field.
I wouldn't put it past them with 3:36 to go and down 24-0 to fake it.
Got the punt safe on here if you're the defense.
I mean, you do have the bulldozer back there kicking as well, so we know he can run. And that's a bad snap. Now he's going to have to
snap
run.
Is low. Chandler still going to get a kickoff. In fact, it spiraled a nice boot.
Kick.
And it's going to take a nice Bears roll as well down inside the 30.
Wow, that might be the play of the game for them right there.
All the way to the 26-yard line. So what could have been disaster turns out to be a pretty good flip of the field there for the Bears.
He gets away from him, and I thought he was going to take off, and that's his best kick of the night. Well, they've only kicked it twice, but he kicks it all the way down to the 30, 28-yard line.
He got him out of the back of the end zone to midfield on his first punt. I don't know. Maybe Chandler's missing his calling as a punter.
He might. It's like Janikowski up there.
He's been excellent in the backfield, of course, and an excellent linebacker as well. As first down play for Science Hill goes for 15 yards to Corbin Leisure, big 87 back in the game.
Well, they've targeted him several times in this contest. I mean, obviously, he's one of the biggest out there, and no one on the Bears side is that size. So look for him to go to him again.
We talked to Coach Carter. He had just 3 catches on the year coming into this game, and they wanted to get him going even more as Mathis takes the handoff for about 2 or 3 yards on first down.
Well, I can understand why. He's got good hands. He's got good speed. And once he catches it, it's going to be hard to catch him. And then when you catch him, it's even harder to bring him down. So, they want to get him more involved in this offense.
He's going to line up on the far side of the field. 4 receivers set. Mathis to Taylor's left. Out of the backfield, Famoyan looked like he had all kinds of running room in front, but couldn't tell if it came out fluttering from Taylor's hands or if it was tipped at the line.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it was tipped the way the trajectory was headed toward the receiver, but 3rd and 7 at the 45, probably run the same play.
Famoyan certainly had some room to run if the ball could get there.
3 receivers on the right side.
Near side, 3 receivers. Taylor looked that way. Now he's got to run back the other way. He's going to use his legs. Can he get to the marker? I think he can. Spencer Taylor showing off the wheels to get to a Pisgah Roofing first down.
Well, the marker guys dropped the marker and left. It was actually kind of hard to figure out where first down was.
We had some sideline collisions already this evening.
Exactly.
The marker gang was looking to stay upright. It is going to be a Pisgah Roofing first down for Science Hill. Moving quickly, 4 receivers. Throw is broken up, incomplete. A big hit out on the edge there.
Oh, and now we got a flag.
Caden Phillips came flying in to dislodge the ball.
Yeah, that looked like a tackle of the night right there. I'm trying to figure out what the flag is for.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow.
That might have been on Phillips after coming in and getting a little bit too excited in the face of the wide receiver.
So you're saying he got up and ran his mouth? Or maybe he didn't even have to get up.
We don't have a microphone down there,
That
but
is true.
The flag was for an unsportsmanlike conduct, and they're going to move him 15 and an automatic first down for the Toppers.
Because it wasn't the tackle, right? The tackle looked clean.
It was a dead ball foul, I believe was the signal, so it would have been after the play was over.
Okay.
First and 10. 3 receivers. Lazier's the tight end. Perry's back in there at tailback, and he's going to take the delayed handoff. And boy, he shot out of a cannon back there over the 25 to about the 24. 1 carry for Perry, and he's back out, but pickup of about 6 or 7. Malik Anderson, sophomore, back on. And they'll fake the give, and Taylor keeps in just enough for the first down, slides down safely after another Pisgah Roofing first down.
That's a nice slide. You can tell he's done the slide drill. You know, you got to do it like one of those little slinkies, you know, slide. This is where you put the water, you know, on the ground, and you run the slide. What's that called? Slippery slide?
Slip and slide.
Yeah, slip and slide.
Who doesn't love a slip
and slide? He looked like he's been working on the slip and slide there.
Yeah. Of course, that turf, a little slippery. There's some movement up on the front line there. I think they're going to get the defense. Colton Kennedy for jumping off sides. It is an offsides penalty, and it was Kennedy, the senior, trying to read the snap. Got a little too antsy in that. Gets Science Hill even closer now. First down and about 5 from the 13. Taylor fakes the give. He was looking near side, rolls, still looking, just incomplete.
That was close, though. It bounced up.
Would have been an excellent grab out there on the edge from Zane Huff.
To a Kingsport replay, see him roll out and just short hop it. The receiver not able to come up with it.
Huff made quite the effort. The throw just a little bit short. Now we've got a Union Bear down on the near side of the field. Looks like he needs a little stretch.
Yep, that's a cramp. Somebody's at the go get you some pickle juice. Something.
It's a pretty cool evening. We've had some warm ones recently, but with the wind, it's been pretty pleasant all night. Haven't seen a lot of cramping. I think this is the first one, really, that we've seen all evening. The young man is up and walking. It's Camden Wharton. He'll have to come out for a play, but looks to be all right.
45 seconds to go in this third. It's a good crowd. A little bit, some folks have left. That's what always happens on homecoming, right? I mean, everybody comes, and then, you know, as soon as they announce who's the queen and king of the court, you know, they leave.
We're going to send things down quickly to Terry Craig, who's on the sideline. Hey, Terry.
Can we just go home?
Yeah, quick injury update. Obviously, number 10 over there on Union. Just a little cramp. Got some treatment over here around the 10-yard line, but looking like he's going to be good to go and back into the game. Back to you, Nick and Kenny.
Terry, thanks. 1st and 10 coming from the 18. As we've got 3 receivers. And Malik Anderson is the tailback to Spencer Taylor's right. The give is to Anderson. Anderson breaks a couple of arm tackles. Anderson inside the 5 to the end zone for a Topper touchdown. Taking a look at the Toyota Kingsport replay, Malik Anderson. Kenny, you're not going to be able to bring down that young man with arm tackles.
No, you're going to have to wrap him up. And unfortunately, we're now starting to see the depth come into play here for both teams. Obviously, Science Hill can rotate in and out. Their players are fresher. And right about now, like we saw last year, there in Union, the Bears are starting to get tired. And when you get tired, you arm tackle. And as you mentioned, you're not going to be able to bring Science Hill's running back down in that fashion.
How about the bounce back? Anderson was running hard, had the fumble earlier in the half. He comes back in a big way with a score as the Toppers extend that lead 31-0. And I guess, Kenny, we probably should have seen it coming, because we talked to Coach Carter and he said, you know, we try and get a feel for which one of these guys are going to use in situations. He said, absolutely, Malik Anderson is our goal line guy. Lots of power in the young sophomore.
Yeah, I mean, when you got an option of 4, when you got running back by committee, yeah, you can pick and choose who you want to run at certain parts on the field. And once you get down in the red zone, that's who you're going to go to. The guy has a nose for the end zone, and we saw it right there.
So the Bears, they got some figuring out to do here on the offensive side. One of the few punts came on their last possession. Well, they've shown a pretty steady confidence in their ability to convert on 4th down, and now they're really going to need to start going for it here, down 4 scores plus.
Yeah, plus. I mean, 35 seconds to go in the 3rd period. I'm wondering how much longer Coach Carter keeps his starters out there with such a big game coming up next week. That might have been the final nail in the coffin, where he starts playing a bunch of young guys in the 4th period.
We'll see who they bring out when the defense comes, but first it's a Carter Lockman kick on the way. Back deep to receive for the Bears. It's Caden Phillips. Lockman booms it. The Bears will let it bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
That's always scary. I mean, you're hoping that it bounces into the end zone, but when it hits like that, especially if the kickers are able to get it to stop, then all of a sudden you're in scramble mode.
Young Cam Maddox, number 4 in white. He's a freshman, and you know he was hoping, and he got his wish. It bounced into the end zone.
Please get the end zone.
So they'll take it out at the 20-yard line. That's where the Bears will take over, 1st and 10. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Just 12 more minutes left here in Johnson City. The Toppers all over the Bears here, 31-0. We'll have that 4th quarter action coming for you here on the other side.
O'Sullivan hits the icebox with a hard right hook. And O'Sullivan wins it already. They both brought the heat, but O'Sullivan cooled his opponent down.
Phil's Heating and Air, we knock out the competition.
Looking for top-notch roofing and restoration services? Look no further than Pisgah Roofing and Restoration. They're your local experts in quality craftsmanship and competitive pricing. From re-roofs to roof repairs, siding, windows, solar energy, and guttering systems. We do it all with a passion for perfection. Serving the Tri-Cities, Pisgah Roofing and Restoration is your trusted and local partner. Contact us at 423-930-9066 for your roofing and restoration needs.
Building stronger roofs, building stronger communities.
The Colortex-friendly pros specialize in restoring your home or business quickly after fire, smoke, storm, or water damage with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. When you need the best cleaning and restoration, call Colortex. We make indoor living healthier.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Spurrier Field. We are high above Kermit Tipton Stadium on the Mountain Dew Food City drone cam. It's 1st and 10 for the 20-yard line.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Union does right now. I mean, definitely completely out of their game plan. However, I like the short passes. We talked about that the last time they had the football. I think they've been able to pick up significant yardage whenever they've gone that route. Throwing it downfield right now is just not an option.
Braxton Bunch on that tunnel screen. The second time they've gone to that tonight. A decent pickup. We'll call it about 6 and make it 2nd and 4. Bears spreading things out, 3 receiver set, but the give is to Chandler. Patiently looking for the hole. Hits it hard, and I think he might have enough for a Pisgah Roofing first down.
It'd be a big gain if they're able to do that in a couple of plays, and you're right. I think they're going to be at the 31, and I think it is a first down. So, it's one of those situations right now. I mean, you're playing for pride. 11 minutes to go. It's hard to make up 31 points in one quarter. You definitely don't want to go out of here with a goose egg on your side of the board. So I can guarantee you the Bears can do everything they can to get down the field.
We talked about, Kenny, to see if they were going to keep those starters in. Science Hill pulling some of its defensive starters as Chandler rumbles over the middle for a nice gain to the 39. Guys like Baylor Necessary notably no longer in the contest.
And that's smart. You don't want to come out of here with an injury. I mean, obviously you want to play the game to win the game, but when it starts getting out of reach, you probably want to pull some of those guys out. I'm a little shocked. I mean, or maybe the Bears are not as deep. Maybe they can't pull them out and bring some in for their team as well.
Well, just as you say that, Kenny, Keith Chandler gets a blow, and Preston McCray steps in at tailback. Another pass out to Bunch, though, and Bunch is going to get some yards, and a late flag comes flying in from deep in the secondary.
I'm curious, is there going to be a face mask?
Definitely appears it's going to be on the defense. It is. Face mask on the Toppers as the Bears. That'll put them into Science Hill territory. It's a 1st and 10 coming at the 48-yard line.
Again, which is not the first time they have been in Science Hill territory, but here is the danger zone these next 10 to 15 yards for them.
This is about as far as they've come.
Yeah.
Quick throw out to the far side, scraping for some yards. Nothing much doing for Nick Burns, the senior, as he gets maybe a 1 or 2. The defense was quickly on it.
Great night. You know, other than the wind earlier today, it's been a great night for football.
The wind has certainly died down. When we were up here earlier in our coverage leading up to kickoff here at 7 o'clock, we had to weigh down our tent, make sure it didn't fly away. The winds have calmed, but it has turned out to be a nice night.
And it is. It was crazy earlier.
2-back set. Give to McCray. McCray looking for the far sideline, gets up to about the 42. As that clock continues to run under 8:20 to play here in the game. McCray is a senior, was just a defensive starter. Coach Turner told us last year, but he's an athletic young man. He's played well in summer camp and got himself the backup tailback spot. Chandler takes this handoff, though.
Yeah, nice little move there in the background. In the backfield. Really didn't fool the Toppers at all.
Tyler Holder and a host of other Toppers in on the stop. It's going to bring up 4th down and a long 3, a short 4. And you're in a situation now where you got to go.
Yeah, you got to go. You're in their territory. You're down 31-0. Yeah, you got to go for it.
So the Bears come to the line on 4th and a long 3. 3 receivers, 2 backs. McCray's in motion. Bostic will keep it. He's out past the line to gain and still churning all the way down to the 31. So a big gain of 10 on the play. Brings up a Pisgah Roofing first down.
And I like that. He got behind the bulldozer, Chandler 28, and then he created a hole, and Bostic was able to get through and pick up a first down for the Bears. And right now they're getting into pretty close to the best field position they've had all night. They're on the 31-yard line with 6.5 to play.
So the Bears, 1st and 10. And Bostic surveying his options, and there aren't many. Science Hill's Tyler Holder again in on the stop, and Bostic, as you can see maybe on the Toyota Kingsport replay, maybe almost too casual in trying to wait for this hole, and then Holder coming up out of his safety position to make the stop.
Yeah, the only problem is there was no hole, so that's the reason why he had to bounce it out to the outside.
So that puts them behind the chains. 2nd and 11 as the clock ticks under halfway now. 5:50 to play in the 4th quarter. 3 receivers, 2 backs. Bostic looking to that tunnel screen, has Bunch. Bunch breaks 1 tackle, falling forward inside the 30 to the 28. Still going to be 3rd down and about 8 when the Bears line back up to snap again.
Well, I think they keep pounding it, hopefully pick up 3 or 4 more yards, put themselves in position to try and pick up the first down. Obviously there's no kicking from this point on.
Bunch came in as that top wide receiver target. The junior has been that tonight. They might need him again. This time going to the far side of the field, and a big shoulder. And the Bears are deep into the red zone. It's going to be out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Carlos Anderson lowered the boom and gets the Bears to a 1st and goal situation.
Wow, big hit. He knocked down at least 2 or 3 of the Toppers there. You're right, he'd step out at the 7-yard line, but this has been their best opportunity to score. Now, as you mentioned, a lot of the Science Hill starters have already been taken out, so some of the younger guys getting an opportunity to play right now.
The Bears have 1st and goal from the 7. Give is to McCray. McCray finding a crease to the 5, maybe the 4, and that's where he's driven backwards.
Now, let me tell you, if you come in at this time of the game as one of the younger guys who need more experience, the last thing you want them to do is score, because you will feel it next week in practice from the coach. Don't think that they're not scouting you right now just to see how you're going to fit in either sometime this season or next year. So they're going to play him tough down here and try and hold him out of the end zone. Of course, the defense wants to shut out.
Trying to take every opportunity. The shutout is on the line for the Toppers. 2nd and goal, Chandler. Not going to get it as Chandler leaps into the end zone for a Union touchdown. Toyota Kingsport replay showing what we've seen all night, Kenny, and that's Chandler running hard.
Yeah, runs downhill. You're not going to stop that. In fact, nobody even wanted to hit him there. And look, he surprised himself as he gets into the end zone for the short touchdown. And the shutout is gone, but obviously Science Hill's defense has been tremendous tonight. And Union, okay, you got to feel good, right? You go home and you got on the board. You didn't get shut out. And right now, you know, it's 31-6.
The extra point is up and good. So the Bears on the board. 3:33 left in the contest. The Toppers on top of Union 31-7. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
At Marathon Quick Stop Markets, it's our goal to make your experience a great one. Quick Stop Markets provide sanitized and clean stores, well-lit parking lots, a friendly staff, and a large selection of products. Thank you for choosing Marathon, an American-owned company. Thank you for choosing Quick Stop Markets, a locally owned company. It is an honor to be a part of your busy day. Stop in at a locally owned Marathon Quick Stop Market today, where we make it easy to run in when you run out.
You won't believe this, but Wendy's has new saucy nugs. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, ghost pepper, sauce. And if Wendy's found a way to make their nugs even better, that means anything is sauceable! Okay, not really. But Wendy's nugs are definitely now sauceable. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or late.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
To play in the fourth quarter here, Science Hill 31, Union breaking that 0 on the scoreboard as Chandler punches in a 3-yard touchdown run to make it 31-7 in favor of the Toppers. The Bears, they're going to need some more of that in a hurry here if they want to try and close this gap.
I just don't know if there's enough time for that. I'm curious as when Science Hill takes the football if they make changes on offense as well. I'd be shocked if Taylor came back out in this contest at 31-7.
Ian Mathis deep to receive. Seems to reason that the Toppers pulling some defensive starters in this potential last drive of the game up pretty comfortably. They would not start all of their guys out there on offense either. Kick is a squib. Fielded at the 23. Looking for some room. The Toppers are dragged down at about the 29-yard line. We'll take one more break. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Science Hill on top of Union 31-7.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside. Or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
Whether you are returning to college, learning a new trade, or enrolling for the first time, Mountain Empire Community College provides multiple career pathways for our students to set them on the best trajectory possible. Our enthusiastic staff and faculty are always eager to assist new and returning students. No matter where you are in your journey, this is the place to begin.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Is not out there.
Welcome back. Running clock. About 3 minutes left here as the Toppers take over.
New quarterback.
Cole Rasu is in at quarterback for the Toppers. Hands off to Mathis. Mathis, of course, has had a nice game for himself.
Rasu. Is that French? Rasu.
It got me.
I mean, it goes with wee.
It certainly rolls off the tongue.
Or croissant. All right.
Mathis with a first down. Pisgah Roofing first down as the clock ticks to 2:30 to go.
Also a change in the back. Well, Mathis is back there right now. Ian.
First and 10. The Toppers in no hurry to run this play. Rasu takes the snap. Completes the pass to the flat. Past the first down marker to the 40. A nice little pickup there on offense. Keenan McInturf.
This is a nice little pass. Not only does he throw it out there in the flat, but he also leads his guy. And I think that's the reason why he's able to get a couple of steps as far as taking it downfield quickly.
McInturf with his first catch of the night. His first catch of the season as well. 1st and 10 from the 38. Handoff. Mathis, left side, nothing doing. Breaks a couple of tackles, but just a couple of yards. Nice work out there on the edge from Caden Keith.
Yeah, he had a couple of Bears pounding the ground because they had an opportunity to possibly stop him short.
1:15 to play here in this fourth quarter. Kenny, the Bears look to be playing this game to their liking early on in this one. We mentioned the time of possession. It's what they wanted to try and control. But Science Hill was very efficient when they got the ball in the first half to create some separation. The Bears just haven't quite been able to find the end zone as often as they'd like.
Yeah, the game plan was obvious in the first. I mean, they wanted to run as much time as possible and keep Science Hill's offense off the field. We know why, because every time they were out there, they basically put themselves in position to score a touchdown or a field goal. And, you know, it stands now at 31-7.
Tyler Holder with the reception, and the coaches are holding it up. V for victory. As a victory formation coming here, they'll only have to snap the ball once to finish this game out. In fact, I don't think they even had to snap it at all. No. But that is going to do it. One more snap, one more knee from Rasu. And the Toppers win on homecoming tonight, 31-7 over the Union Bears. Kenny, the Science Hill Hilltoppers, we talked about it earlier in the week. Just a bigger, deeper team. How would that play out in the second half? And it did look like it played out. They were able to rotate some guys in and really just wear on that Bears defense in the end. Yeah, it's everything that they were expecting. You know, they said, listen, we need to stay with them. I mean, it was 7-0 basically after the first quarter. And they knew sooner or later, just a lot more depth and bigger guys, it would wear down on the Bears. We talked earlier, we're talking about a 6A compared to a 2A. The size in schools are different. They just got more players, obviously, on Science Hill. All right, we're going to send things down to Terry Craig with the winning coach, Coach Stacy Carter.
All right, big win for you guys. Coach Carter, you know what went right for you guys tonight?
Well, I mean, I thought defensively played well against the run. I mean, against a really great running attack. I mean, I think our kids played good against a good football team. I think offensively, other than a couple series in the second quarter, I think we execute pretty well. So proud of our kids. Got a lot of kids in and got a lot of kids some playing time tonight, which we're proud of what they did tonight.
All right, and how proud are you of those guys, particularly, you know, how well that they executed here in the second half, you know, taking in those halftime adjustments?
It was, and in the second half, you know, it was a lot smoother than the end of the second quarter. So we're proud of them for that, but you know, we just got to keep getting better each game, and I think we're doing that. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Big game next week. Maryville coming to town. You know, how do you plan to keep this momentum rolling into next week?
Well, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. I mean, it doesn't get any easier for us. Like I say, our first 5 games have been tough, you know, and one of them canceled, of course. But we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Yep, that's Science Hill head coach Stacy Carter. Happy after a big win. Toppers win this one, 31-7 against the Union Bears. Send it back to y'all up top, Nick and Kenny.
Terry, thank you so much. Back up here in the booth with Kenny Hawkins. I'm Nick Dugan. And Kenny, a 31-7 win for the Toppers. I talked to Coach Carter. He said earlier in the week, just have to cut down on the mistakes. There were a few early on, but 2 more touchdowns to put away, in the end, a relatively comfortable win here at home.
Exactly. Those mistakes actually would have made this game a lot worse than it was at 31-7, because at least one of them brought a touchdown back. So that's something they will have to clean up before next week's game against Maryville.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have a little bit of a breakdown of this one coming up on the other side. Stay with us.
Craving an amazing fish and chips experience? Discover perfection at Mulligan's Irish Pub. Mulligan's, home of the best beer battered fish and chips.
100 years ago, a tornado touched down at King, beginning a century of greatness.
for Samir didn't come easy.
He's not able to write, he's not able to read.
But Goodwill gave Samir a chance.
Opportunities at Goodwill. That was the most exciting news that I had ever heard.
Today, Samir is thriving.
Took Samir under their wing to cultivate him, to develop him, to coach him to be what he is today. Goodwill is not what we thought. Goodwill is something above and beyond.
Goodwill, more than a thrift store.
Are you ready to look and feel your best? Tri-City Skin and Cancer invites you to our most anticipated event of the year, the annual Beauty Bash. Join us on September 26th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at our Johnson City location or online. Save big on top procedures, score event pricing on injectables, and enjoy discounts on premium skincare products. The excitement starts early with our pre-sale, kicking off on September 9th. Don't miss out. Register today at thebeautybash.com for the big event at our Johnson City location or online, September 26th from 5 to 8 p.m.
Hey, Albo Propane here. It's raining now, but it's going to snow soon.
So give us a call to have your tan tank installed, fuel delivered by the pink truck. Hurry before winter sneaks up on you.
Albo Propane.
Give them a call for all your propane and gas service needs.
Welcome back to Football Friday Night. The Union Bears take on the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Brought to you by Food City.
Welcome back. Wrapping things up here from Kermit-Tipton Stadium. Kenny Hawkins, Nick Dugan after Science Hill takes down visiting Union on homecoming 31-7. Kenny, looking back over the sheet as we just went to break there. It's a Science Hill team that does running back by committee. They have a ton of weapons, and that came out to play tonight. No one with more than one score on the offensive side of the ball for the Toppers.
Yeah, as you said to us off mic, you said spread the wealth. That's exactly what they did. Necessary actually making a difference on both sides of the ball. He scores a touchdown. He also has an interception late in the game. Here's the thing that really throws you off. You take a look at the time of possession. They had the football over 30 minutes. Science Hill had the football over 17 minutes. So, you know, I'm not really a math guy, but, you know, you would think having the football that long, you would be the team that was victorious, but it didn't take the Toppers long to score each time they had it.
Very efficient. Malik Anderson getting into the end zone. Aiden Perry as well. Stephen Famoyan, of course, had one called back and then gets one back in the second half on that crossing route. Now, Kenny, we talked about it. Both teams looking at big matchups here next week.
Yeah, you know, you got to let this go. This didn't really mean anything to either team. Yeah, you got a chance to play, you know, different competition from different states. But Science Hill's now got to focus on Maryville, and Union now has to focus on Graham. Those are huge perennial powers from both states.
Big games back in state against Science Hill with a 31-7 victory here tonight. Thanks to all of you for watching. Talked to Coach Tolley before the game. His mother, Betty Tolley, 92 years young.
Happy birthday.
Oh, she's out here watching, and we appreciate all of you guys for watching. And, of course, our drone cam brought to you by Mountain Dew and Food City. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes for making this thing go. Thanks to Kenny Hawkins, a tag team partner. I'm Nick Dugan saying so long. We'll talk to you next time.
This